Family Cultivation. I can improve my magic weapon. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 126, Map Fragments, Mysterious Beast Egg. Seeing this fragment of the map, Chen Qingyun recalled the experience of being ambushed by 3 bandits on the psychedelic island. This time, is it the same, fishing for treasure? After going back to take a closer look, Chen Qingyun put away the fragment of the map. If Chen Qingyun knew this fragment of the map was from Nangong Minyi, he would not think so. Continue to count the spoils. There are still more than a dozen bottles of elixirs in the storage bag, mainly chi gathering pills, rejuvenation pills, and chi and blood pills. In terms of talismans, there are also 3 first-level top-grade talismans, 1 thunderstorm talisman and 2 diamond talismans. There are also 21 first-level low-grade to medium-grade talismans. Finally, there is a palm-sized spirit beast egg, which is white and the surface is extremely clean and tidy. Chen Qingyun was slightly surprised to find a spirit beast egg in the storage bag for the first time. What kind of spirit beast is this? The Chen family has no beast master, so how can they popularize this knowledge? So much so that Chen Qingyun couldn't recognize what kind of spirit beast egg this was. This egg, I don't know if it's dead or alive. This is a bit embarrassing. In fact, what Chen Qingyun didn't know was this spirit beast egg is also Nangong Minyi's treasure. It hasn't had time to hatch yet, and now it has passed from Zhuxiantu to his hands. I just don't know if it can hatch a spirit beast. Let's go back to Zhenhai Island first. Putting away the 5 elements and removing the flags of the 2 formations, Chen Qingyun set up the flying cloud boat and soared into the sky. Back to Zhenhai Island. The first thing Chen Qingyun did was to find Chen Qingyun and took out 2 bottles of chi refining pills and handed them over. "Fifth sister, this is for you." Chen Qingyun was a little confused at first, but when she opened the bottle stopper and recognized that it was a chi refining pill inside, she looked up at Chen Qingyun. "Qingyun, did you buy the chi refining pill?" She was very smart and guessed that after her strength improved, this cousin would find a way to increase her strength again. Now, the chi refining pill is here. "Fifth sister, since you want to fight side by side with us, you naturally need to improve your strength. Take it and refine it well." Chen Qingyun said nothing more, and turned to leave, not allowing Chen Qingyun to refuse. Chen Qingyun looked at the jade bottle in her hand, her heart warmed, and a resolute look appeared on her pretty face. Back to the residence, Chen Qingyun took out the magic tools he got today, a total of 32 pieces. Among them, half were purchased in the Black Cliff Market, such as the Demon Crystal Flying Blade, the small bell magic tool, etc., which were all damaged versions. The other 16 pieces were all obtained from Zhuxiantu and the others. Except the Demon Crystal Flying Blade. For the 15 damaged magic tools, Chen Qingyun comprehended the array patterns on them one by one, and then put them aside. Soon, there were 16 magic tools obtained by killing the enemy. Among them, Chen Qingyun decided to keep the Qingguang sword and the dragon locking ring. The remaining magic weapons, except for a first-grade Qinai flying sword, are all first-grade low-grade to medium-grade. Demon Crystal Flying Blade, Qingguang sword, locking dragon ring, Qinai flying sword. Chen Qingyun had no intention of disassembling these 4 magic weapons, so he put them aside first. The remaining 28 magic weapons were disassembled uniformly. Reinforcement points plus 39. They are all first-grade, low-grade and medium-grade, and the reinforcement points obtained are not many. After completing the decomposition of the magic weapons, the next step is to strengthen the magic weapons. Qingguang sword, locking dragon ring, and Qinai flying sword are not moved for the time being, and Chen Qingyun focuses on the Demon Crystal Flying Blade. The grade of this magic weapon is first grade high grade. Strengthen. The reinforcement points are reduced by 4, and the light on the Demon Crystal Flying Blade surges, and the damaged parts and the gaps the size of a fingernail begin to recover and heal. The originally loose array pattern has also become tight and consolidated. The damage has been repaired, and the magic weapon has been upgraded to the first grade extreme. Chen Qingyun's mind moved, and the flying blade of the demon crystal floated in front of him, flying back and forth in the air at a high speed. The blade emitted bursts of cold light, and also reflected the surrounding environment. In the past few days, the family has sent Chen Daoren to cooperate with Chen Qingyun to arrange the refining of flying swords in the weapon refining workshop. The family decided to continue using the name of the weapon refining workshop. It was just that the 3 production lines were named number 1, number 2, and number 3. With this efficiency, it should be easy to produce 300 red iron swords in a month. The weapon refining workshop was in full swing. While Chen Daoren was still on the island, the origin of the spirit beast egg could not be found. Chen Qingyun took the spirit beast egg and asked Chen Daoren, "Hey, where did you get this spirit beast egg?" Chen Daoren had seen many spirit beast eggs in the Zhuxiantu market, but this was the first time he saw it in the hands of his own cultivators. He couldn't help but ask curiously. Chen Qingyun did not hide it and told about being followed by Zhuxiantu and the others. After listening to this, Chen Daoren sighed that there have been many bandits recently. He took the spirit beast egg and looked at it for a long time, and finally shook his head. "I don't know it either. Why don't you take it back to the family and ask the clan leader?" The clan leader once studied the art of beast control for a period of time in the Zhu family of Qingguang Mountain. The clan leader has also learned the experience of learning beast control. Upon hearing this news, Chen Qingyun couldn't help but become curious. Usually, the clan leader is not seen with spirit beasts around him to teach them the knowledge of beast control. The clan leader has such an experience. The Zhu family of Qingguang Mountain is the only foundation-building family in Xingsha Islands that knows how to control beasts. Chen Qingyun has heard of this family for a long time, but he has not yet come into contact with the cultivators of this family, which seems quite mysterious. It's a long story. When the family first reached the immortal level, Patriarch Taixu once cooperated with the Zhu family of Qingguang Mountain in order to expand the family and discover all kinds of talents. Back then, the clan leader and another clan member of the immortal generation stayed at the Zhu family for 3 years and learned some knowledge about beast control. Chen Daoren slowly talked about this past incident. Chen Xianming also had such a past, and Chen Qingyun listened to it with great interest. It's a pity that since neither of the clan leaders has the talent to control beasts, they only learned some superficial knowledge and did not become beast control masters. Did you know that the spiritual scallop farming in this family was actually started by their patriarch? Speaking of this, Chen Daoren smiled lightly. The patriarch of the Zhu family has gained something. At least by our 2 generations, spiritual scallops have become a family industry, right? Hearing this, Chen Qingyun nodded slowly. It turns out that this is how the family breeds spiritual scallops. It seems simple, but in fact it is the result of the hard work of the patriarch behind it. It's good that you and I know about this. If we mention it in front of the clan leader, I'm afraid it will make him embarrassed. He will definitely lament that he was young and energetic, had a good eye but a low hand, and didn't learn much about beast control. Chen Daoren chuckled. This matter can be regarded as a little secret in the family, and only a few Taoist elders in the family know about it. The 2 chatted for a while, and Chen Daoren suggested, "How about this? I will return to the family tomorrow. If you are not in a hurry, I will help you take the spirit beast egg back with you and let the clan leader take a look at it. When the results are known, I will ask the clan leader to summon you. Then, there's grand palaver. Haha, it's just a piece of cake. I hope a little guy can hatch out here to see what kind of spiritual beast it is." The next day, Chen Daoren took the spirit beast egg and flew back to Linjian Island. In the next few days, Chen Qingyun refined 2 bottles of qi refining pills and reached the peak of the 5th level of qi refining in one fell swoop. Overjoyed, She took the initiative to find Chen Qingyun and informed her of the breakthrough in cultivation. At the same time, she showed hesitation, as if she was hesitant to speak. Sensing fifth sister's look, Chen Qingyun asked, "Fifth sister, do you have something to say?" Chen Qingyun nodded slightly and looked at Chen Qingyun. Chapter 127 Qingyun Hua People, Abnormality in the Weapon Refining Workshop. Qingyun, I want to go back to my family tomorrow. Chen Qingyun's tone was soft, with a hint of questioning. After saying what she was thinking, she looked at Chen Qingyun quietly, waiting for Chen Qingyun's answer. After staying on Zhenhai Island for 3 or 4 years, it was the first time that Chen Qingyun wanted to take the initiative to go back to the family. Chen Qingyun couldn't help but look blank. What is the fifth sister doing when she returns to the family at this time? Is there something important that needs to be dealt with? With doubts, after some questioning, Chen Qingyun learned that tomorrow is Chen Daoran's birthday, and Chen Qingyun wanted to go back to celebrate his birthday with his grandfather. There are not many affairs on Zhenhai Island, so I would like to trouble him to take a look. I was chatting with Chen Daoran a few days ago. It was the old man's birthday, but he didn't even mention it. It seems that he doesn't want to bother his descendants too much, and wants to spend his birthday tomorrow peacefully. This can't help but remind Chen Qingyun of his grandparents and his previous life. Every time when the two elderly people were celebrating their birthdays, they told him not to go back. Chen Qingyun would still go back to celebrate their birthdays with the two elderly people. Sometimes, providing companionship to the elderly is better than many phone calls. Thinking of this, Chen Qingyun couldn't help but miss his relatives in his previous life. Both of them were silent for a while, before Chen Qingyun spoke first. Fifth sister, you scared me. I thought you were in trouble. You have worked here for 3 or 4 years and have never returned to the family. It's time to go back and take a look. Thinking of the past few years, Chen Qingyun felt something in his heart and responded with a smile. This was the first time he knew that Chen Daoran's birthday was tomorrow. During this period, you should go back and have a good rest for a few days, and also say hello to second grandpa for me and wish him a happy birthday. Chen Qingyun worked hard for her family, which was like being confined to Zhenhai Island. She was unable to travel, visit the Sea of Stars, and come into contact with all kinds of new things like other people of her age. After living such a busy life for a long time, I am really worried about the fifth sister's mentality. Now, she proposed to go back to her family to celebrate Chen Daoran's birthday, just so she could go back and relax. Thinking of this, Chen Qingyun naturally nodded in agreement. He secretly strengthened the Qinai flying sword to the first level and handed it to Chen Qingyun. Fifth sister, I prepared this gift in a hurry. Please help me bring this green leaf sword to the second grandfather. I hope he won't dislike it. I don't know what he likes either. There's no need to give you a gift. It's good that grandpa knows you're interested. Take it back. Second grandpa gave me a water and fire robe before. He was very kind to me. This time I will stay and guard Zhenhai Island. You go back to play for a few days and spend more time with his old man. Good. In the morning of that day, Chen Qingyun piloted a small flying boat and flew towards Lingjian Island. After the fifth sister returned to Lingjian Island, Chen Qingyun spent most of the next 2 days refining the essence of the 5 elements and practicing the Tangsu divine refining technique. A bag of 5 elements essence has been completely refined in these 2 days. In terms of skills, now I have finally started and reached the first level of practice. The feedback brought about increased the intensity of the divine will by a few points, and 2 new rays of divine will were added. A ray of spiritual thought corresponds to a magic weapon, or it can also be used to control a 5-element puppet. Of course, it is to control the first-order magic weapon. With 2 rays of spiritual thought, if you make a 5-element puppet, you can make one. Chen Qingyun immediately took action, took out a piece of Hunyuan stone, and began to make a gold puppet. Making a puppet requires the consumption of divine energy, and one statue requires about 1 ray. This ray of spiritual energy consumed can be restored through practice or directly refining the essence of the 5 elements. Since the last time the puppets were integrated, There was only one wooden body and one gold puppet body left, so just place them directly into the attribute source here. Soon after, a puppet was born. The current strengthening points have been accumulated to 95 points. With 7 strengthening points, the Jinxing puppet has reached the first level of the best level. As of now, Chen Qingyun's 5 elements puppets have suddenly reached the 5th level. One statue of the 5 elements, one each of the 4 elements of gold, water, fire and earth. Chen Qingyun's combat effectiveness has improved a bit. After reaching this point, the loss of spiritual thoughts in the body is also very clear. It is obviously very difficult to control these 5 puppets at the same time. Every time you refine a puppet, you need to consume a ray of divine will. Fortunately, it is all worth it. Restore your spiritual consciousness quickly. 4. The next day, Chen Qingyun was immersed in the process of refining the essence of the 5 elements and restoring his spiritual mind. It wasn't until most of the bag of 5 elements essence was consumed that his mind was restored. After resting for a while, taking advantage of this free moment, Chen Qingyun took out the map fragment again. With doubts, after observing and comparing the sea area map, he found that what was recorded on the map was located in a sea area called Qingliu Sea. The specific location where the treasure is hidden is not on an island in the Qingliu Sea, but on the bottom of the sea. Just because of the lack of the map, the minimum range of information that can be detected can only be locked in Qingliu Sea. Judging from the torn gaps in the map, there are still several other residual pictures that need to be found. If a monk is active underwater for a long time, it will consume a lot of mana. This opportunity is located deep under the sea. It is not a fishing and ambush routine. Chen Qingyun's eyes flashed and he guessed. The underwater world, especially the deep sea area, is a place rarely visited in the world of immortality. Little is known about it and it is full of mystery. Very few monks and forces will explore the deep sea area. This also means that if there are spiritual mines, treasures, etc. in the deep sea, they must have existed for hundreds, thousands, or even 10,000 years, and no monk will get involved. The only thing that needs attention is the various deep-sea giant monsters that live and breathe there. According to Chen Qingyun's current strength, if there is no external help, even if he is the royal water puppet, he will not be able to withstand the terrifying water pressure brought by the deep sea, and will directly explode and die. Exploring the deep sea is far from just charging in. There must be a magical weapon that can withstand the terrifying water pressure, or a strong foundation of strength. As for the map, let's wait until we reach the foundation building stage to think about it. We also have to see if there are opportunities to find other residual maps in the future. Whether they can be put together is still unknown. Putting away the remaining pictures, Chen Qingyun stood up and headed to the weapon refining room. The azure light sword and the black dragon blade also need to be strengthened by adding fire-refined Jing metal. I almost forgot about this. Chen Qingyun was thinking as he walked. When he was about to reach the door of the weapon refining workshop, he saw Chen Bekai trotting over in a hurry. When he saw Chen Qingyun appear, the tribesman shouted as if he had grasped a life-saving straw. Master Immortal is in trouble. Something happened in the weapon refining workshop. Chapter 128 Underground Fire Veins, Fire Scale Beast. Seeing Chen Bekai shouting in panic, Chen Qingyun raised his eyebrows. When building a weapon refining workshop, consider the safety of mortals. Whether it is building a furnace or modifying the fire control formation, safety must be given priority. As long as you are not careless, there is basically no danger. But how can industrial refining be 100% safe? Don't panic, I'll go take a look. Chen Qingyun straightened his expression, used his light body technique, and turned into a stream of wind that drifted past Chen Bekai. When I arrived at the weapon refining workshop, I found that all 3 production lines had stopped, and more than a dozen Chen family members were gathered together, hiding from something. Chen Bekai from behind quickly followed. Chen Qingyun took the lead in counting the number of people and found that there were quite a few people standing there safely, and then his expression softened. Master Immortal is here. Seeing Chen Qingyun appear, all the Chen family members greeted him one after another, and their nervous and flustered expressions became much relieved. Chen Qingyun nodded calmly and looked around the weapon refining workshop. He soon discovered that at some point, two flames burst out from the floor of the workshop. The flame was bright yellow, about 2 meters in size, burning and beating slowly as if it were alive. Even from a few meters away, you can feel the heat. Earth fire. Having been exposed to the fire here for many years, Chen Qingyun recognized the origin of the two flames at a glance, and a look of surprise flashed in his eyes. This is obviously the earth fire he used to refine weapons. Why are there two groups coming out here? Chen Bekai. When he was confused, Chen Qingyun called out and looked at Chen Bekai on one side. The little one is here. Chen Bekai looked respectful. Chen Qingyun raised his chin lightly, pointed at the two balls of ground fire, and asked, "Tell me when this fire appeared and what happened?" Reporting to Master Immortal, I was also shocked. Chen Bekai wiped the sweat from his forehead. We were busy producing, but suddenly we felt the temperature under our feet rising a lot. The younger one thought there was something wrong with me's control of the fire control formation. The little one was about to ask, but as soon as he took a step, the fire suddenly came out from underneath, and almost ignited the little one. Chen Bekai was still frightened and explained the matter briefly. Let me tell you, no wonder I always feel hotter than before when I work. It turns out there are two extra balls of fire. Several Chen family members around did not dare to interrupt, but nodded from time to time, agreeing with Chen Bekai's story. After hearing this, Chen Qingyun looked thoughtful. The appearance of these two earthly fires showed that this matter was definitely not simple. When Zhenhai Island was first discovered, there was an underground fire on the island. For this reason, the family once explored the source of this underground fire, but found nothing in the end. Later, they simply used local materials to build an underground fire room for refining magic weapons. Now that two more earth fires have appeared, Chen Qingyun can be sure that there must be something in the ground under his feet. There may be a vein of fire. Earth fire is not born for no reason. Thinking of this, Chen Qingyun glanced at everyone. I already know about this. You guys will have a rest today. I will let you know when work will start. The emergence of the earth fire disrupted production, so the tribe could only rest for a while and explore the reasons for the emergence of the earth fire. Production suspended. After hearing Chen Qingyun's instructions, Chen Bekai looked stunned. Master Immortal, this. The rest of the tribe also looked at each other in disbelief, wondering if the weapon refining workshop was going to cease production. Why did such a good job disappear within a month? Sensing the disappointment on everyone's faces, Chen Qingyun had been doing things for many years in his previous life, but he still couldn't guess what they were thinking. He said loudly, "During the break, the salary will continue to be paid." Upon hearing Chen Qingyun's words, the disappointment on the faces of all the mortals was immediately wiped away. I will obey the instructions of Master Immortal. Chen Bekai bowed excitedly and responded. After Chen Bekai and others left, Chen Qingyun looked around the two balls of earth fire. The size of the fire control formation is 150 square meters. The locations where the two balls of earth fire appeared were within the scope of the fire control formation, interfering with the refining production of the weapon refining workshop. This caused the hematite in two furnaces to evaporate due to the high temperature and failure to fuse in time, turning it into waste. Chen Qingyun didn't care about his heartache, and cast two magic barriers to temporarily seal the two ground fires, leaving only a small gap for air to circulate. The two earth fires will be dealt with later. What we need to do now is to explore the ground beneath our feet. Chen Qingyun wiped his palm across the storage bag, and when he opened his palm again, a mini figure appeared in his palm. Go ahead. Wu Xing jumped down, used the earth escape technique, and escaped under one of the earth fires. The ground fire spread all the way down, and the surrounding soil and rocks had become hot due to the burning of the ground fire. This ground fire directly burned out a deep flame channel. The earth puppet followed this flame passage down and traveled a distance of more than 2,000 feet. A flame vein appeared in front of him, and a cave-like landscape environment appeared around it. There is indeed a vein of fire underground on this island. Seeing this fire vein and the empty scene around it, it was indeed in line with his guess, and Chen Qingyun's eyes lit up. At this time, it seemed as if he had come to the underground world. He finally figured out why the family had not explored this underground fire vein before. This fire vein goes deep into the underground of the Spirit Island, and the Qi refining cultivators have no divine consciousness, so how can they explore this depth? The maximum exploration distance of the Fifth Sister's Earth puppet is also 100 feet. No wonder neither the family cultivators nor the Fifth Sister have explored the source of this underground fire and discovered this underground fire spirit vein. It's just that this place is too far from the surface, a full 2,000 feet away. Continuing to control the 5 elements, exploring around this flame landform, the area here has reached more than 3,000 square meters. Chen Qingyun also soon discovered that this place is full of rich fire elements, and the spiritual energy level has reached the first level lower level. These are all fire attribute spiritual energy. If it is practiced by fire attribute cultivators, it will achieve twice the result with half the effort. Under such a rich fire element, there is also spiritual energy. After thousands of years of accumulation, it will inevitably attract and even give birth to some creatures. After quietly exploring for a while, this conjecture was soon verified. Chen Qingyun saw a flame creature here. Fire scale beast. This is a first-level inferior monster beast born in the earth fire spirit vein. It likes to live in groups and feeds on the power of fire. They are the size of wild wolves, and the scales on their bodies are like balls of fire, hence their name. They can spray fire poison from their mouths and release toxic smoke. To deal with this kind of monster beast, it is best to prepare detoxification pills and take protective measures. The number of fire scale beasts here has reached 26, and their strength is extremely unusual. More than half of them have reached the late stage of Qi refining. Among the fire scale beasts, Chen Qingyun noticed the largest one. This fire scale beast is about twice as large as other members of the same clan, and its strength has reached the second level inferior, which is equivalent to the initial stage of foundation building. How could this low-grade fire scale beast grow to the late stage of Qi refining, and one of them is at the foundation establishment stage? There must be something wrong when things are abnormal. Chen Qingyun continued to explore for a while, and soon found an unexpected and surprising result. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 129, Blue Flame Earth Core Fire, a fire-based spiritual object for building foundations. In the center of this earth fire spiritual vein, where the spiritual energy is the most concentrated, Chen Qingyun found a wisp of green flame. After just a moment of looking, Chen Qingyun's face was quickly replaced by surprise. This is Qingyun Earth Core Fire. This is an extremely rare spiritual fire of heaven and earth, and it has extremely strong flame power, and there is no grade division. In the hands of an alchemist or a refiner, it can be used as a refining fire to give spiritual pills and magic tools better effects and power. This is much better than using earth fire to refine pills and tools. But if it is only used to refine pills and tools, most of its effects will be buried. Very few people will do this. It also has a greater role, which can continuously improve the cultivation of fire attribute cultivators. More importantly, it can help cultivators who mainly practice fire-based exercises to break through to the foundation building stage. The surrounding temperature became hotter because of the existence of Qingyun Earth Core Fire. Looking at this wisp of Qingyun Earth Core Fire, Chen Qingyun's eyes revealed an excitement that was difficult to conceal. His spiritual roots are fire, gold and wood, with fire as the main spiritual root, and the main technique he practices is the fiery shining gold art of fire attribute. This undoubtedly matches the spiritual root attribute. According to the situation of this wisp of blue flame earth core fire, It has existed for at least 1,000 years. This is the spiritual fire of heaven and earth born in the earth fire spiritual vein. This kind of spiritual fire is hard to come by, and no one will find it and be stupid enough to sell it in the market. Chen Qingyun guessed that when he consolidated his cultivation and polished it to the peak of the qi refining stage. Relying on this blue flame earth core fire to build the foundation, the success rate of foundation building can reach at least 30%. Although the success rate is not high, the blue flame earth core fire has another characteristic, that is, it has the function of warming the tendons and veins and protecting the Tao body. Without using the foundation building pill. When a qi refining cultivator builds the foundation, once the foundation building fails, the meridians will be broken by the violent true qi, causing the blood and qi to wither, the Tao body to be greatly damaged, and the body will die. With the warming of this blue flame earth core fire, such a situation can be avoided. This kind of spiritual fire must be refined and subdued. There are really rich opportunities on this Zhenhai island. There are purple gold copper, spiritual light trees, and the blue flame earth core fire in front of him. Chen Qingyun couldn't help but sigh. Could it be that this spiritual island was once a fairy island, a fairy paradise left by a certain immortal? Guessing this in his heart, Chen Qingyun couldn't guess the reason. The only thing that is certain is that half of the fire unicorn beasts here are extraordinary in strength. It seems that they have absorbed the power of the blue flame earth core fire for many years, causing their strength to continue to improve. Fortunately, this kind of heaven and earth spiritual fire can be endless and will not be swallowed up. This group of fire unicorn beasts have been living here relying on this group of spiritual fire. Because there is a constant supply of food, they did not run to the surface to move and forage. Figure out the situation here. Or find a way to get rid of these fire unicorn beasts first. This blue flame earth core fire must be collected. As for how to collect it, it is not difficult with Wuxing. The fire poison of the fire scale beast is a huge threat to human cultivators, but it is different for puppets, which cannot poison them at all. On the surface, Chen Qingyun summoned the earth puppet, holding the Xuanzong axe and the Qingguang sword, and dived underground to assist Wuxing. There was a fire scale beast in the foundation establishment period. Chen Qingyun did not dare to act trashly and rush into the fire vein by himself. If he could not defeat it, it would be difficult to escape. Leave a way out. At worst, if he fails in the end, it will only cost 2 puppets. The Qingyun earth core fire is worth him to start this battle. Most of the fire scale beasts in the fire vein are sleeping at this time. Those who wake up are devouring the flame power of the Qingyun earth core fire. The earth puppet quickly dived and came to Wuxing's side, handing the Qingguang sword to this puppet senior. Wuxing took the Qingguang sword and moved side by side with the earth puppet, rushing towards the group of fire scale beasts. This action quickly attracted the attention of several fire unicorn beasts. The earth puppet strode forward, waving the Xuanzong axe in his hand, and chopped down with an axe, killing a fire unicorn beast of the 5th level of qi refining. This movement awakened the other fire unicorn beasts. The fire unicorn beast king also made some movements, roared, opened his mouth and attacked the earth puppet. A large amount of flames gushed out of its mouth, carrying a strong fire poison power that could corrode the body of a cultivator. The earth puppet dodged with the giant axe in his hand, avoiding the attack of the flame, even if a trace of fire poison was contaminated on his body. Because he was not a flesh and blood body, how could he be poisoned? At the same time, 3 fire unicorn beasts rushed over quickly. The earth puppet raised his arm and swung out the Xuanzong axe in his hand, and chopped it head-on a fire unicorn beast that rushed over, smashing it hard. It itself escaped into the ground, escaping in the direction of the Xuanzong axe. Seeing the opponent enter the ground and disappear, several fire unicorn beasts were at a loss, and could only roar and kill Wuxing. Wuxing performed the stone cone technique, and a huge circular spell pattern condensed behind him, which contained the strong foundation building power. Sharp stone cones shot out and stabbed the fire unicorn beasts. The fire unicorn beast king was also in the range of attack, and quickly dodged and avoided the attack, and several fire unicorn beasts around were stabbed. On the other side, the earth puppet rushed out from the ground, grasped the Xuanzong axe, and continued to attack. Apart from the Fire Scale Beast King, it was very easy to clean up this group of Fire Scale Beasts, so much so that 9 Fire Scale Beasts were killed in less than 10 rounds. The remaining 16 Fire Scale Beasts, driven by the Fire Scale Beast King, all surrounded and killed the 5 elements. They were very fast, most of them opened their mouths, releasing blazing flames and surging forward, and the air was filled with strong fire poison. In such an environment, cultivators must take detoxification pills, otherwise they will be corroded by the absorption of fire poison and will soon die from the poison. These fire poisons have no effect on the 5 elements and earth element puppets. This time, the 5 elements did not cast the earth element spell again, but turned to cast the water element spell, using the powerful power of water to restrain the surging flames. A large number of water waves were generated out of thin air, like a raging sea, sweeping forward, rolling up a burst of hullabaloo waves. The flames that were covering the area were completely extinguished, making a hissing sound and a large amount of mist rising. Immediately after this attack, Wu Xing used the entanglement technique to bind the Fire Scale Beast King. One after another, vines appeared, unfolding an amazing entanglement force, quickly extending to the front, and the earth puppet not far away also began to assist. At this moment, more than a dozen vines entangled the Fire Scale Beast King, making it temporarily unable to break free. The earth puppet found the right opportunity, swung the Xuanzong axe, jumped up, and chopped at the Fire Scale Beast King. Chapter 130 Kill the Beast King and subdue the spiritual fire. Seeing the giant axe coming, the Fire Scale Beast King reacted quickly and passively cast a demonic shield to block the body from the giant attacks. Many foundation building monsters would cast such a demonic shield to defend themselves and also to respond quickly to the enemy. With a clang, the axe hit the demonic shield fiercely and was forcibly blocked, and no substantial damage was caused. The strength gap between chi refining and foundation building is still very obvious. The earth puppet failed to attack and withdrew with the Xuanzong axe. The 5 elements urged the Qingguang sword, which burst out a green sword light and slashed the Fire Scale Beast King. The extreme speed of the flying sword made it impossible for the Fire Scale Beast King to dodge in time and was hit by a powerful sword. No matter how strong the demonic shield was, it was shattered by this sword. A hole was cut in its flesh, and blood flowed. The sword did not kill it, which made it furious. While roaring in anger, it suddenly broke free from the entanglement technique. Bang, bang, bang. Round fire bombs spewed out of its mouth, containing strong fire poison, and hit the 5 elements in a series. Rumble. The 5 elements were covered in flames, and a large amount of fire poison and thick smoke spread. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the 5 elements cast an earth shield to offset most of the attacks. Neither the fire poison nor the toxic smoke had any effect on the 5 elements. The Fire Scale Beast King and the 5 elements were both in the foundation building period. Chen Qingyun's offensive was fierce, and he used the 5 elements hand again to control the fire spell. The energy consumption of the 5 elements was equal to Chen Qingyun's own mana. As long as his own mana was full, the 5 elements could keep fighting. The spell pattern appeared, condensing into an arc shape suspended behind the 5 elements, and more than a dozen bucket-sized fire bombs were fired. After these fire bombs broke through the air and flew out, they dragged out long fire tails and submerged the Fire Scale Beast King. There were roars coming from the exploding sea of fire. Wu Xing was madly performing the fire bomb technique. Others fired one fire bomb at a time, but Wu Xing fired a bunch of fire bombs directly. The main point was that mana was free, and it bombarded wildly with fierce and sufficient firepower. Under such a high intensity and violent bombardment, several fire unicorn beasts around were attacked by the aftermath and exploded. The Fire Unicorn Beast King was madly running in the sea of fire, and what greeted it was a continuous bombardment of fire bombs. For a while, the roar and the fire veins continued. On the ground, Chen Qingyun controlled 2 puppets at the same time. Under such a crazy attack, mana was continuously consumed, and he took out a blood and chi pill and swallowed it calmly. Deep in the earth fire spirit vein, with the help of the surrounding fire energy, Wu Sheng used local materials to perform fire magic and showed his power. In a short period of time, hundreds of fire bombs were launched, and the fire scale beast king was in a passive state after a fierce bombardment. Its demonic power was quickly consumed, and its defense was gradually weakened until it was covered with wounds. Boom boom boom. There will be more than a dozen fire bombs bomb down, even if it is a creature in the foundation building stage. Facing such a crazy attack, it will be skinned alive. After continuous bombing, the fire scale beast king finally couldn't hold on and fell under the attack of hundreds of fire bombs. After struggling for a few times, he stopped moving. The remaining dozen fire scale beasts were not good enough in front of the 5 elements and earth puppets, and were quickly cleared out. After the fire scale beast group was cleared, Chen Qingyun stopped and slowly exhaled a breath of turbid air. This time, the fire scale beast in the foundation building stage was killed, largely thanks to the advantage of the earth and fire environment, otherwise it would not have won so quickly. Go down and take a look. Chen Qingyun slapped the storage bag with his palm and sacrificed the golden spirit mother blade. The 9 flying blades were combined into a cone-shaped ring with the mother blade as the center. Driven by the power of magic, they rotated at high speed and strangled the earth. Whoosh! This magic weapon quickly escaped into the ground. In just a short while, it dug out a passage leading directly to the flame vein. Chen Qingyun performed the light body technique and jumped down to the entrance of the vein. Arriving at the earth fire vein, a burst of hot temperature emerged around. Mortals would definitely jump up and down when they came here, but for cultivators, it would not matter at all and would not be affected. Chen Qingyun did not rush to collect the spirit fire. He ordered the earth puppet to clean up the battlefield and collect the demon pill and some scale claws. After a while, he and the 5 elements came to the side of the Qingyun earth core fire. Qingyun earth core fire, I didn't expect that I would have such an opportunity one day. Looking at the slowly burning Qingyun earth core fire full of spiritual breath, Chen Qingyun's expression showed excitement. Chen Qingyun didn't know how to refine the spiritual fire and use it for himself. He had never even heard of it. After all, according to the experience and development of the Chen family, their ancestors had never come into contact with spiritual fire, a spiritual object of heaven and earth. How could they know how to subdue it and use it for themselves? Chen Qingyun is now the first in the Chen family. But he is definitely not the last. Regarding the subjugation of this Qingyun earth core fire, Chen Qingyun spent a night thinking about it. Finally, he decided to refine it directly. At dawn on the second day, the refining was finally completed. In his danshan, a cluster of green flames burned slowly, flowing out a gentle flame power, constantly warming the Tao body. Chen Qingyun turned his palm, and the green flame appeared in the palm, emitting a scorching temperature. As long as there is a wisp of flame that has not been extinguished, it can continue to grow. It can be used to refine weapons and pills, and can also be used as an attack. I'm not familiar with this Qingyun earth core fire yet, so there's no need to rush to build a foundation. I want to try its power. Chen Qingyun left the weapon refining room and came to the shore of Zhenhai Island, driving the water puppet into the sea. After a while, a red-clawed crab was caught on the shore. The red-clawed crab was still wondering what the puppet in front of it was, and how it was faster than it in the sea. At this time, Chen Qingyun used the Qingyun earth core fire to perform the fire bomb technique, and a blue fire bomb condensed and formed, and hit the red-clawed crab. This kind of fire bomb attack is the most basic fire attribute spell. According to the normal power, it would take 3 or 4 fire bombs to break the powerful defense of this red-clawed crab at the 6th level of Qi refining. Boom! The fire bomb hit the red-clawed crab, exploded with a bang, and exploded with a blue flame. The entire red-clawed crab was blasted to pieces, turning into powder, with only a few crab legs and claws remaining. It fell to the ground in pieces, emitting bursts of meaty aroma, and was cooked by high temperature, turning red. With such great power, this must be a violent version of the fire bomb technique. Controlling the water puppet, he caught a few more red-clawed crabs from the sea. Chen Qingyun used the Qingyun earth core fire to perform the fire technique, constantly verifying the power of the spiritual fire of heaven and earth. He found that even the most basic firebomb technique could produce unexpected effects. This destructive power was at least increased tenfold. This gave Chen Qingyun an illusion. If he faced a foundation-building cultivator, he would also be confident of a fight and could severely damage the opponent's defensive magic weapon. After testing the power, Chen Qingyun cleaned up the mess and tried to refine the weapon on the spot. He wanted to see how much of a change could be brought about by refining magic tools with the blue flame earth core fire without the help of earth fire. Chapter 131 Red Scale Flying Shield, Purple Jade Demon Attacks. In the past, the earth fire room was used to refine magic tools with the help of earth fire. That was because the cultivators in the Qi refining stage could not condense the true fire of refining tools to reach the temperature of smelting materials. Even if the fire attribute magic tools were used to smelt materials, there would inevitably be a sharp consumption of mana. This would be very strenuous. Therefore, the refiners would use earth fire to refine magic tools. Using the crab claws around him, Chen Qingyun began to refine simply. A cluster of green flames appeared, like a bonfire, which was particularly eye-catching in the night. He found that it was easier to smelt crab claws than earth fire to control the blue flame earth core fire to refine tools. Moreover, the consumption of mana could be ignored. It only took a few minutes for the crab claws to be smelted. Chen Qingyun took out the 100 refined steel and smelted it in just 1 minute. Then it was fused and shaped, and the 6 array patterns were engraved. A first-level medium-quality flying sword was successfully refined and slowly floated in front of him. Without the help of earth fire, and without the need to use fire control arrays, this efficiency was beyond expectations. He thought that the refining process would be a bit difficult. It was not easy to control the temperature, and he had to worry about excessive consumption of mana. Unexpectedly, the refining of this flying sword consumed only about 10% of mana, and the efficiency was also very high. With this Qingyun earth core fire, I can refine magic tools anytime and anywhere, no longer limited to refining with the help of earth fire. Using it to smelt materials, the time spent is also shortened a lot, and it can also reduce refining time and improve efficiency. Chen Qingyun muttered to himself lightly, and a ray of green flame light appeared in his eyes. With a thought, the flying sword in front of him turned into light and disappeared, turning into 2 points of strengthening. The remaining crab shells were also refined together. A large number of crab shells were smelted and forged and shaped. Chen Qingyun used the tortoise shell shield to learn from one example and refined a shield magic tool. This magic weapon is fiery red. When it is controlled, it splits into 6 pieces, slowly rotates around Chen Qingyun, and emits a fiery red hazy light. Looking at the 6 shields flying around him, like 6 red fish scales, Chen Qingyun named this magic weapon. It looks like red scales, and it can fly around. Let's call it the Red Scale Flying Shield. After 6 points of strengthening, the Red Scale Flying Shield is promoted to the first-class top grade. It can be divided into 9 pieces, so that 9 shields can automatically surround the defense at the same time. There are still some red crab materials left, as well as some shells, scales, claws, etc. from deep-sea baby carp and fire unicorns. These are all refining materials. Estimating his own refining attainments, if he wants to upgrade to the first-class top grade, he still needs to refine a lot of magic weapons. Chen Qingyun simply took advantage of the Qingyun earth core fire and began to refine for 2 days. When he was tired, he rested to recover his mana. Finally, a total of 5 first-level medium-quality flying swords and a first-level medium-quality red-scale flying shield were formed. The materials on the fire-scale Beast King have all reached the second-level level, so it is really a waste of resources to refine a first-level magic weapon, so they were not used. Strengthening points plus 10 decompose 5 flying swords and strengthen the red-scale flying shield to the first-level top quality. This shield magic weapon is quite useful. Whether it is kept as a backup or given to the tribe later, it is a good choice. At this time, the strengthening points are 88 points. Chen Qingyun took a break and continued to take things from the storage bag. 2 pieces of fire-refined Gengjin appeared in his hand. It's been so long since I got the fire-refined Gengjin. It's time to upgrade the Qingguang sword and the Oolong Mother-Son blade. This kind of ore has the effect of improving the strength and power of the magic weapon. It can be successfully smelted with the Qingyun earth core fire in just one stick of incense. Then, the Qingguang sword and the Oolong Mother and Child blade were re-refined, and the liquid of fire-refined Gengjin was slowly melted into the two instruments. Half an hour later, the two instruments emitting a light golden light slowly floated in front of Chen Qingyun. Because of the process of forging with the Qingyun earth core fire, these two instruments still contained a trace of Qingyun power, revealing a little blue light. After the instruments cooled down, Chen Qingyun tested their power. It was found that the Qingguang sword and the Oolong Mother and Child blade were both improved, and their power increased by at least 50%. Looking at the first level superb instruments, they are also the top existences, which can easily crush instruments of the same level. Since the power of the instruments has been improved and they have been recast, why not give them a new name? Chen Qingyun thought about it. Let's call them Qingyun sword and Jinling Mother and Child blade. In the next few days, Chen Qingyun practiced calmly while getting familiar with the Qingyun earth core fire. In the morning and at noon, I practiced the Great Sun Visualization Sutra. The rest of the time, I practiced the Tangsu Refining Divine Art, or sit cross-legged on the Shuanghua Gathering Spirit platform to meditate and practice, refine the essence of spiritual wood, and absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth to practice. In my spare time, I improve my own refining skills and pay attention to the production of the refining workshop. Occasionally, I also go to plant crops, feed fish, raise spiritual flowers and grass, and clear some potential monsters around Xinhai Island. Life is also comfortable and quiet. The production of the refining workshop has been running for more than 10 days, and 159 red iron swords have been produced. The goal of 300 red iron swords a month is getting closer and closer. During the quiet period of Xinhai Island. In the sea outside the island, two figures are each driving a flying shuttle and approaching Xinhai Island. While moving forward, they are still plotting. The three wastes of hell can't do this thing well, and they have to make this trip in person. I would like to see who took my treasure. The leader, a middle-aged woman, said that this person was wearing a purple robe and a black hairpin, and her cultivation had reached the middle stage of foundation building. This woman is none other than the purple jade-old demon from Jian Island. Recently, taking advantage of the civil strife in Lingbao Mountain, she set foot on the inner star sea to retrieve the hidden spirit shame. Next to the old demon, another middle-aged man looked impatient. She glanced at the purple jade-old devil, as if she was afraid, and just snorted coldly. I think that person's methods are not simple. He killed 5 disciples of our Jian Island one after another. He is probably also a foundation-building monk. This person is the eldest disciple of the old demon, named Helong, and his cultivation has reached the early stage of foundation building. When he spoke, he paid attention to the expression on Zilamo's face, fearing that he would make the other party unhappy by saying the wrong thing. Foundation building, monk, a joke. The purple jade-old devil sneered. Helion sent a message before he died. The monks who attacked him were all in the chi refining stage. Where did they get the foundation building monks? Speaking of this, a cold light flashed in her eyes. Even if this person's cultivation has reached the foundation building stage, I will be killed and he won't be able to stir up any trouble. But Heron frowned, remembering the purpose of setting foot in the inner star sea this time. Ancestor, in more than 5 months, we will go to the Xiu cave to explore for treasures. If I take a trip here now, will it delay my trip and delay my business? After he finished speaking, he felt that this worry seemed unnecessary. Just kill a few chi refining stage monks and it will be done soon, so he added, I'm just afraid that if I go around like this, I might encounter some trouble with those sect monks. The sect monks he mentioned were not ordinary sect monks, But monks in the foundation building stage or even the Purple Mansion stage. They came from Giant Island and were afraid of setting foot in the inner Star Sea. If it weren't for the civil strife in Lingbao Mountain and their inability to take care of themselves, they would not dare to set foot in the inner Star Sea. Okay, what are you doing whining? The purple jade old devil showed an unhappy look and glanced at Heron coldly. It's still early for the group from the ancient Cultivation cave mansion. The other 5 monks who obtained the fragments of the ancient mirror don't know their origins. Whether any star sect monks are involved, I'm afraid they all have some tricks. We will get back the hidden spirit veil during this trip. We can have another way to save our lives. This thing is very important to me. As soon as the purple jade old devil finished speaking. Thinking of the follow-up visit to the Guzayu cave mansion, Heron nodded repeatedly. Ancestor is wise. He said no more and followed the old purple jade demon's shuttle to land on Zhenhai Island. Chapter 132, 1 vs 2. Transparent silk thread. The 2 demons were able to track them here entirely because of the purple handkerchief in the hands of the purple jade old demon. This object, like the Yinling yarn, is made of meridian soft silver wire. The purple handkerchief is the mother, and the hidden spirit yarn is the son. Through the purple handkerchief, the specific location of the hidden yarn can be sensed. The 2 landed on Zhenhai Island and were attracted by the spiritual energy of heaven and earth gathered around them. After just looking at it for a while, Heron spoke. I never expected that such an inconspicuous island would be home to such a rich spiritual energy of heaven and earth. In the eyes of those monks who claim to be righteous, this is a treasure land for cultivation. I just don't know if it is owned by casual cultivators, or by family monks or sect monks. On that day, Chen Qingyun and others fought against the Holy Trio, but their identities were not revealed. Naturally, old demons, you didn't know the origins of Chen Qingyun and others. I don't even know whether Zhenhai Island belongs to casual cultivators or a force. I came here today just in time to inquire about it. Something's wrong. There's a formation. The purple jade old demon raised his eyebrows and noticed that there were formation patterns running here. The surrounding spiritual energy was attracted and condensed by some kind of power. Array? Heron squinted his eyes, checked it out with the purple jade old devil, and soon breathed a sigh of relief. I don't know what kind of powerful formation it is. It's just a large spirit gathering formation. It cannot pose a threat to us. Okay. Don't wait here, take action quickly and destroy this spirit gathering formation. Yes. Hunyuan heard this and did not dare to show any disobedience. He sacrificed a bloody blade weapon and launched an attack on the spirit gathering formation. At the same time, Chen Qingyun was continuing to absorb the essence of the 5 elements and practice, when he suddenly noticed a change in the formation, and the spirit gathering array disc in the storage bag buzzed. Is there another red armored crab attack formation? With this guess in his mind, Chen Qingyun quickly flew out of the room. After passing through the 2 formations of Sixiang Zhuanwu and Liang demon killing, and arriving at the location of the spirit gathering formation, he saw the 2 figures of the Zhuold demon from a distance. When he saw Hulong wielding the blood blade and frantically attacking the formation barrier, he couldn't help but frown. Where did the monk come from? Boom. Even though the spirit gathering formation was a 2nd level formation, it could not withstand the repeated attacks of the foundation building monks, and it shook violently again. If we take a few more hits, the formation will inevitably be damaged, and we must take action to stop it. Chen Qingyun decided to take action and took the lead in checking the 4 symbols Zhuanwu formation. Both the fierce sun demon killing formations were activated, and he felt confident. He sacrificed the 5 elements and wooden element puppets and escaped into the earth to lie dormant. Immediately, he drew out his Qingyan sword again and rushed towards the purple jade old devil. Someone is coming. Catch the alive ones first. Chen Qingyun's rapidly approaching figure immediately attracted the attention of the Zhuold demon. She activated a soul-penetrating bone nail and prepared to fight. Heron stopped what he was doing and spread out his consciousness to scan Chen Qingyun. He immediately detected Chen Qingyun's strength and couldn't help but snorted coldly. It's just a piece of trash in the chi refining stage. Call out. He changed his attack strategy and instead used the bloody blade to kill Chen Qingyun. Chen Qingyun originally wanted to use the Qingyan sword to attack, but when he noticed the demonic aura emanating from the bloody blade, and then felt its intensity, he instantly realized that something was wrong. It's the foundation-building demon cultivator from Giant Island. Recognizing the soul-penetrating bone nail at a glance, Chen Qingyun had no intention of resisting and quickly retreated into the formation to avoid the slashing blow of the blood blade. He, this kid knows he is no match for us, so he is too timid to step forward. Heron smiled coldly and looked directly at Chen Qingyun, his face full of teasing. Rumble. At this moment, a formation was frantically absorbing the surrounding spiritual energy of heaven and earth and moving rapidly. At the critical moment, Chen Qingyun without hesitation first withdrew the spirit-gathering formation to make room for display, and then immediately activated the fierce sun demon-slaying formation. Why is there still a formation? Seeing that the formation was brewing in offensive, causing the spiritual energy of the surrounding world to be quickly absorbed, the purple jade old demon narrowed his eyes and instinctively took a few steps back. It seems to be a second-level formation. Who lives on this island? Why are there two second-level formations set up at the same time? Heron was surprised in his heart, but he shouted loudly. So, what about the second-level formation? It's just like a dead thing. How can it still chase me and defeat me? As soon as he finished speaking, he activated the blood blade and was about to hit it towards the fierce sun demon-slaying array, when he felt a chill coming the next moment. He clearly sensed that something was moving underground, and he didn't bother to lower his head to check. He deployed his magic body skills and quickly evacuated the place. Whoops! A long sword rushed out from where he originally stepped, followed closely by a figure emerging from the ground. Under the command of Chen Qingyun, Wu Xing launched an attack on Helong, but was noticed by the opponent and avoided it in time. What, a puppet? Heron glanced at Wu Xing and noticed the aura fluctuations on Wu Xing's body. He secretly said the foundation building stage and activated the blood blade to hit Wu Xing. Clang. At the same time, the earth puppet rushed out from the ground and fired a boulder to resist the blood blade and deflect its attack trajectory. After a successful attack, the wooden puppet once again escaped into the earth and disappeared. Ancestor, be careful underground. Seeing this situation one after another, the puppet would escape to the ground, and Heron shouted at the old purple jade demon. I am not blind. Accompanied by the reprimand of the purple jade demon, the old demon suddenly attacked, urging the soul-piercing bone-penetrating nail to hit the five elements. Facing the attack of the demon cultivator, the five elements did not choose to fight hard, but took the way of escaping into the ground, escaping into the earth, avoiding the attack of the magic flying nail. What kind of puppet is this? Why is it so slippery like a loach? The purple jade demon cursed inwardly after hitting nothing. She waved her hand and recalled the soul-piercing bone-penetrating nail, and then activated a black ring on her right hand, releasing a crystal-clear and thin silk thread. With the injection of magic power, the silk thread became extremely flexible and shot fiercely towards a certain position underground. When the silk thread was shot out, a thin white stream of light flashed, which was almost invisible. Seeing the action of the purple jade demon putting away the soul-piercing bone-penetrating nail, he changed his attack method and accurately locked the hiding place of the five elements. Wu Xing has been discovered. Chen Qingyun's face condensed, and he hurriedly controlled Wu Xing to dodge. He realized at this moment that in front of the spiritual consciousness of the foundation-building cultivator, this way of hiding in the earth was no longer feasible. Looking at the fiery sun demon-slaying formation again, it takes a few breaths to activate it to launch an attack. Can't retreat, we must find a way to repel them. Dodged the attack of the transparent silk thread, Chen Qingyun's breathing became a little faster. This is the first time facing two foundation-building demon cultivators at the same time, and there's a strong fear in his heart. But this is Zhenhai Island, and there is no room for retreat. Just some unorthodox stuff. Do you really think you can do anything to me? The old purple jade demon sneered again, and after missing the first attack, he controlled the transparent silk thread to shoot into the ground again. Watch me pull out your rotten puppet. This time, the transparent silk thread pierced into the ground like a spirit snake, and suddenly entangled one of Wu Xing's arms. Under the pull of the old demon Ziyu, the 5 elements were dragged out, raising a small area of dust and appearing in front of the 2 demon cultivators. Chapter 133, Blazing Sun Divine Fire, Slaying Demons. What kind of magic weapon is this? Seeing Wu Xing being pulled out of the ground and exposed in front of his opponent, Chen Qingyun glanced at the transparent silk thread. At this moment, he did not forget to send the Mu Xing puppet to assist, condensing a fire blade and slashing towards the transparent silk thread, pulling the 5 elements. Whoops! This fire blade was extremely sharp, but if it was cut like this, instead of cutting off the transparent silk thread, it was cut open and broken into 2 pieces. This transparent silk thread is obviously not an ordinary magic weapon, but it is so powerful. Just as Chen Qingyun was about to evacuate the earth puppet, 4 more rings appeared on the purple jade demon's right hand, and 4 transparent silk threads were released one after another. The original transparent silk thread was released from the 5 elements arm, and then combined with the other 4 transparent silk threads, it cut towards the earth element puppet in one fell swoop. This time, the earth puppet tried to dodge, but its speed slowed down a bit, and it was violently passed by 5 transparent silk threads. Not good. In just such a moment, Chen Qingyun clearly felt that the connection between himself and the Tu Xing puppet was severed. Looking closer, I saw the Tu Xing puppet's body paused, then split into 6 or 7 pieces, and fell to the ground with a thud. The earth elemental puppet was unexpectedly killed, and even the earth elemental origin was split into 2 pieces. What a weird thread! Chen Qingyun was afraid, so he quickly recalled the 5 elements and approached him. Fortunately, during this period of fighting, the attack of the Liang demon slaying formation has been brewing and taking shape. Chen Qingyun's 5 elements stood beside him, activating the fierce sun demon slaying formation. He was dressed in a robe, with long hair dancing angrily, and cold murderous intent bursting out of his eyes. The Liang demon slaying formation was activated with all its strength. Above the sky, in the ring of fierce sun god's fire, the demon-killing flames condensed and formed, shrouding the purple jade old demon and heron. Suddenly the sky and the earth were bright, and the surrounding temperature became hot. Second level, formation. The purple jade old demon's expression changed drastically, and he quickly stopped caring about anything and used his body escape technique to evade in the distance. But Heron's speed slowed down a bit, and he was enveloped by the falling blazing sun fire, and he let out a fierce scream. Ah! The fierce sun fire can already restrain demonic cultivators, and can even incinerate monks in the middle stage of foundation building, let alone demonic cultivators in the early stage of foundation building. I saw Heron struggling a few times in the blazing sun fire, and the demonic energy on his body melted like ice and snow. His whole body turned into ashes in a few breaths, and the blood blade magic weapon in his hand was also refined. Even his storage bag, which was contaminated with demonic and evil energy, could not be retained and was burned and exploded. Spiritual stones, magic pills, etc. were scattered all over the place, and flames were ignited. Seeing this, the escaped purple jade old demon couldn't help but take a breath of cold air when he saw that Heron was completely refined and turned into fly ash. There is such a powerful formation here. It's not suitable to stay here for a long time. It's better to avoid the edge for now and find other ways. Fear emerged in her heart, and she no longer had any thoughts of fighting anymore. So she used the shuttle to escape. She suffered a loss today at the hands of a chi-refining cultivator. She secretly gritted her teeth and decided to make Chen Qingyun's life worse than death next time she came again. 1 person was killed, and 1 person remained. Regarding these 2 foundation-building demon cultivators, Chen Qingyun guessed that one of them was the purple jade old demon. The other party must have found this place through the hidden spirit yard, If anyone is left alive, Zhenhai Island may be exposed. When I think about this, I won't hesitate. You can't leave. After experiencing the power of the fierce sun demon slaying array, Chen Qingyun gained the confidence to fight. While the formation was still preparing for the next attack, he quickly mobilized the Qingyan sword to intercept it. Call out. The Qingyan sword turned into a ray of light and struck directly at the demonic shuttle, cutting it open with one strike. This magic shuttle is just a magic weapon used by the purple jade old devil to travel. Although it is the best in the first level, it has the advantage of fast flying speed and low consumption. Unexpectedly, before he stepped on it, Chen Qingyun chopped off the magic weapon with a sword. What's more, he didn't expect that as soon as Chen Qingyun took action, the magical weapon he wielded would reach the first level of the best. Damn it! After scolding loudly, the old demon couldn't care less about his heartache. She was about to use another flying magic weapon, but she noticed streaks of flames coming from behind her. Wu Xing didn't know when to take action and use the explosive version of the fire bomb technique. More than a dozen fire bombs the size of buckets were fired at him like crazy. Within these fire bombs, Chen Qingyun added Qingyun Earth Core Fire, making its power comparable to the attacks of monks in the middle stage of foundation building. Under such indiscriminate bombardment, the old demon had no time to dodge. She simply used her mana shield, and a black defensive shield condensed in the blink of an eye, blocking her in front of her. Boom boom boom. These fire bombs were blocked by the mana shield and exploded one after another, exploding into a sea of blazing fire. Chen Qingyun looked intently and saw the old purple jade demon resisting the bombardment of fire bombs. With the mana shield condensed in front of the opponent, without any hesitation, he raised his hand and shot out a stream of silvery white light. Call out. The demon crystal flying blade burst out and accurately hit the mana shield in front of the purple jade old demon. As Wang Chang said, this magical weapon can penetrate the magic shield cast by the monks. It is now clear how powerful it is. The demon crystal flying blade was like a flying needle flying into the sea, easily piercing through the purple jade old demon's condensed mana shield. But the next moment, the devil was not seen being pierced through his body. On her body, a burst of black light flashed, as if an inner magic weapon was taking effect, resisting the remaining power of the demon crystal flying blade. Protective spirit armor? Chen Qingyun guessed in his mind and urged the demon crystal flying blade to fly back to his body. Raising his hand, a black ring was thrown at. Lock the dragon ring. Since the demon crystal flying blade cannot break through the opponent's spiritual armor defense, using a magic weapon to attack at this time will probably not have any effect. It's better to contain and restrain the opponent first, and rely on the blazing sun fire to refine the demon. The dragon locking ring was thrown out with great force, and after the explosion, it quickly expanded and enveloped the purple jade old demon. Between the lightning and flint. The old purple jade demon has not yet recovered from the attack of the demon crystal flying blade. Fortunately, he has a protective spiritual armor to protect his body and save his life in the critical moment. At this time, he saw the dragon locking ring coming quickly, exuding the aura of a magical weapon, and his face suddenly turned cold. Why, is it a first-class magic weapon again? Before she could finish her words, she quickly moved the transparent silk thread, diagonally facing towards the dragon locking ring. Although the dragon locking ring is a first-class magic weapon, it was cut into several pieces at once when faced with the rapid cutting of the second-class transparent silk thread. Lock the dragon ring and destroy it. After the Tushing puppet, another magic weapon was damaged and turned into scrap metal. This made Chen Qingyun more and more aware of the beauty of the transparent silk thread. Fortunately, at this time, the attack of the fierce sun demon slaying formation was already taking shape. Without saying a word, Chen Qingyun urged the fierce sun god's ring of fire to move rapidly, overtaking the old purple jade demon. A bright blazing sun fire shrouded down from the ring and fell straight towards the purple jade old devil. Chapter 134. More like a demon than me. Seeing the fierce sun fire coming, the old devil's complexion changed drastically. I have long seen Heron being turned into ashes by such flames, And now I don't dare to be careless when facing it myself. It was already too late to avoid the shroud of divine fire. Don't even think about doing anything to me. She let out a low cry, and had no choice but to passively sacrifice a magic clock artifact and hang it above her head, unfolding it to cover herself. Boom. The blazing divine fire struck the magic clock hard and was blocked. Large strands of flame spread around, scorching the ground black. This magic bell magic weapon is quite extraordinary. It can withstand the attack of the blazing sun fire. Seeing this, Chen Qingyun continued to activate the formation, releasing the fierce yang divine fire, and at the same time, he took out the 3 puppets of the gold element, the fire element, and the water element one by one. Whoosh, whoosh. Including the 5 elements, the 4 puppets quickly spread out and surrounded the purple jade old demon, and each performed their spells. Water puppet, water archery. Golden puppets, golden swordsmanship. The fire puppet and the 5 elements cast an explosive version of the fire bomb technique. In an instant, 4 attacks came from all directions, hitting the purple jade old devil in a surge. Through the translucent barrier of the magic clock, the purple jade old devil saw the attacks coming from around him. The blazing sunfire that continued to fall above her head made her dare not withdraw her defenses, so she could only huddle in the magic clock to catch her breath. Rumble. The power of the 3 attributes of fire, water and metal continued to explode, hitting the magic clock all at once, bombarding it indiscriminately. No matter how strong the magic clock's defense is, it is ultimately maintained by mana. How come this kid has so many different tricks and 3 puppets? It's really hard to kill. The purple jade old devil gritted his teeth, his face gloomy for a while. She has to fight now to see who can maintain her or Chen Qingyun's magic power longer. Is it possible that a Qi refining monk would have stronger magic power than her? By then, without the offensive of the Liang divine fire, the surrounding puppets would not pose much of a threat. This lasted for several breaths. The blazing sun fire above his head continued to weaken due to energy consumption. Seeing that it was about to brew again, the purple jade old demon felt happy. She expected that Chen Qingyun might not be able to hold on with his magic power. He was preparing to remove the magic clock and look for an opportunity to escape. At this time, I saw Chen Qingyun moving his figure at some point and planting 4 formation flags around him. Is there another formation? Seeing this situation, the old demon's accursed in his heart and wished he could crush Chen Qingyun's head. It's just an ordinary-looking spiritual island, but there are 2 sets of second-order formations arranged on it. Why is it that a little Qi refining monk living here has several top-grade first-class magic weapons and several puppets in his hands? Now, what kind of formation-breaking method is this? Not even waiting for her to resist. The 4 formation flags shone brightly and quickly condensed into a formation, covering her and even the surrounding area. Invert the 5 elements formation. Get up. The moment the blazing sun fire continued to dissipate and the next attack began to brew, Chen Qingyun activated the inverted 5 elements formation, trapping the purple jade old devil in the formation. A forest landscape appeared in the formation, and large waves of fog began to emerge and roll. The 4 puppets headed by the 5 elements stopped their offensive and hid in the thick fog, covering their figures. The confusion formation is just a side idea. Seeing the illusion of the surrounding formations appearing and the attack of the blazing sunfire withdrawing, the purple jade old demon sneered again and again, put away the magic clock, and revealed his figure. Some deceivers are trying to do nothing to me. Look at me breaking your formation. The old purple jade demon was like a bird flying out of a cage, releasing his consciousness, trying to find out the 4 puppets and even where Chen Qingyun was hiding. As a result, his eyes suddenly widened. How is this possible? The spiritual consciousness unfolded, as if it was submerged into the void, and found nothing. Not even a human figure could be detected. Aren't you trying to break my formation? At this time, Chen Qingyun's voice sounded in the formation, as if coming from all directions at the same time, and it was impossible to hear the voice and identify its location. The purple jade old devil's face was so gloomy that he was about to shed tears. He looked around with vigilant eyes, trying to find Chen Qingyun's location, but he couldn't locate it. This made her grit her teeth and couldn't help but say viciously, "Why, are you, a mere chi refining monk, so difficult to deal with? Your methods are even more demonic than mine." "Oh, does it look like it?" Chen Qingyun's voice came from around. "Delay, for time." The old purple jade demon showed a fierce look, and raised his hand to move the transparent silk thread in his hand, sweeping towards the surroundings. Whoop whoosh. Wherever the transparent silk thread passed, a large number of trees were cut in half and suddenly fell to the ground. The purpose of such a large-scale attack is to fish in troubled waters and try to hit Chen Qingyun. In the distance, Chen Qingyun was worried about being sensed by the other party, so he did not use the hidden spirit veil at this time. He put the hidden spirit shape around Wu Xing's body, and he took out a bottle of qi and blood pills and started taking medicine on the spot to restore his qi and blood mana. At the same time, using several puppets and magical weapons, and controlling the fierce sun demon's laying array, Chen Qingyun quickly consumed most of his magic power. He didn't know how much old Zhu's magic power was consumed. It would definitely be less than him. This foundation-building monk was not easy to kill. Ignoring the purple jade old demon who was killing people indiscriminately in the formation, Chen Qingyun quickly recovered his magic power. Clang. Just at this moment, he noticed that there was a change in the direction of the five elements. He sensed that it was the purple jade demon who was urging the transparent silk thread and was fighting with the five elements. How could the five elements be exposed? No, it must be related to the hidden spirit veil. Even if there's fog covering the sight and blocking the spiritual consciousness, she seems to be able to locate the position of the hidden spirit veil. Chen Qingyun hurriedly controlled the five elements and wanted to retreat. The transparent silk thread in the opponent's hand was extremely extraordinary, and even a first-level top-grade magic weapon could be easily cut. If the five elements continued to fight, they would probably be torn into pieces. With this in mind, Chen Qingyun had to let the five elements flee far away. At the same time, 3 chi-refining puppets came quickly from the surroundings and joined forces to attack the purple jade demon. Ice arrow technique, fire bomb technique, etc., were bombarded like crazy, causing the purple jade demon to dodge passively and move rapidly in the forest. "Do you really think I can't do anything to you?" With a loud shout, waves of black light surged in the eyes of the purple jade demon, gathering into a substantial light, condensing 1 or 2 inches in front of his eyes. Chen Qingyun himself was not affected by the formation fog, and when he saw the black light shot out of the purple jade demon's eyes, he subconsciously felt something was wrong. The moves performed by the other party were probably divine pupil-type skills, which could see through the fog. With this thought in mind, he controlled the five elements to retreat, and soon the answer was verified. The purple jade demon ignored the consumption of mana and used the destruction demon pupil. The destruction demon light surged in his eyes, which could see through illusions and see through the cover of magic. The surging fog around him seemed to have disappeared in her eyes at this time. Chen Qingyun's hiding place and the positions of the 4 formation flags were clearly visible. Without making any sound, the old demon Zhu used the transparent silk thread and did not choose to attack Chen Qingyun, but hit a nearby formation flag. The transparent silk thread moved at high speed, rolled up a mist and cut the mist apart. Chen Qingyun could also clearly see the movement trajectory of the transparent silk thread. When he saw that the other party was attacking a formation flag, his heart tightened. Oh, no. Chapter 135, Shocking Change. 100 Ghosts devouring the heart. The formation flag was stuck straight into the ground. Even if the water puppet went to block it and wanted to protect the formation flag, it was still a step too late. 5 transparent silk threads passed through, and the formation flag was divided into 6, leaving 5 deep marks on the ground. 1 formation flag was destroyed, the spiritual power was greatly lost, and the entire inverted 5 elements formation began to dissipate. The surrounding fog and forests were all hidden, and it returned to its appearance before the formation. The inverted 5 elements formation was broken. This formation once assisted Chen Qingyun in killing Zhao Sha-Yu, and in the case of the purple jade demon, it only played a little effect, and the opponent used the magic pupil technique to see the location of the formation flag and destroyed the formation in one fell swoop. Let me see what tricks you have. After breaking the formation, the cold light and black light in the eyes of the purple jade demon surged at the same time. She turned her head to look in the direction of Chen Qingyun, raised her palm, and a black flying needle went straight to Chen Qingyun's forehead. Soul-piercing and bone-penetrating nails. With the blessing of the Foundation building period's magic power, this attack was close to Chen Qingyun in the blink of an eye. Even if Chen Qingyun dodged quickly, he was still unable to avoid it. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the 5 elements beside him deployed metal defense and blocked it for him with a clang. Facing such magic treasures, the first-level defensive magic weapons such as the spirit armor shield and the red scale flying shield could not resist it no matter how powerful they were. On the contrary, there would be a danger that the magic weapon would penetrate the person. Chen Qingyun would naturally not be stupid enough to do so. The second level 5 elements, with the power of the gold element, launched a defense that was indeed amazing and successfully resolved this attack for him. The black nail flew back in the air, and the old demon Ziyu withdrew the destruction demon eye, and instead, without saying a word, used his killer move. Enough of playing, I will let you taste the taste of 100 ghosts gnawing at your heart. She sneered, and waves of black magic energy surged on her body, looking extremely gloomy. It can be seen that her facial expression changes, ghost faces or skeleton faces emerge hideously, and ghost energy surges around her body. The sound of GGG sounded, one after another. The tone was different. It seemed that she was saying something, but it was unclear, and it made her scalp numb. Several ghost shadows appeared around the purple jade demon, floating like ghosts. These ghost shadows have different appearances. Some are threatening, some have fierce expressions, and some have strange smiles, which makes people shudder. The aura of the purple jade demon at this time has exploded, and it has touched the threshold of the late stage of foundation building. A large amount of ghost energy emerges from her body, and she looks more like a ghost cultivator. Her long hair has turned white, and her skin has become shriveled. There is no middle-aged beauty before, and she looks dozens of years older. Ghost cultivation technique? This is Giant Island's 100 Ghosts Devouring Heart technique. Chen Qingyun's face changed, seeing the appearance of the old demon, combined with his own experience. He recognized the technique that the other party practiced. 100 Ghosts Devouring Heart technique. This is the magic technique circulated on Giant Island. This technique is not too rare. You can get it by spending some spirit stones. It is not blocked by Giant Island. But there are various restrictions on the practice of this technique. There are not many people who practice it. In Giant Island, it can be described as rare. It is not difficult to obtain this technique. It is very powerful, but few people practice it. It can be seen that the difficulty is not low. This is a kind of magic technique passed down by some evil ghost cultivators in the ancient times of the inheritance. This person is called Gimo. With this self-created technique, he acts recklessly, slaughtering both righteous and evil cultivators, and traveling all over the world. His achievement has reached the height of the nascent soul stage, and he has been causing trouble for hundreds of years. The ghost demon had not been without strong enemies in his life. Once he was besieged by 6 Yuan cultivators. His body was completely destroyed, and only a remnant soul escaped. At that time, everyone thought he would die and his soul disappeared between heaven and earth. Unexpectedly, just over a month later, the ghost demon reappeared in the world of immortal cultivation. Not only did he reshape his demon body, but his strength also greatly improved. He successively found the 6 Yuan cultivators who had surrounded and killed him, and killed all 6 of them. After this incident, the ghost demon became famous and earned a great reputation. Since then, few people dared to disobey and defend this evil star. Later, Many ghost and demon cultivators speculated. The 100 ghosts devouring hard curse practiced by the ghost demon is to divide his own soul into many parts and rely on the many ghosts with him. As long as one of these ghosts is immortal, he will not die. In fact, some cultivators who have fought against the ghost demon found that this is not the scary thing. The most terrifying thing is that the ghosts and demons can directly perform the soul-devouring technique to erode the enemy's soul after fighting. If one is not careful, he will become a ghost on the opponent's body, controlled by him, and unable to enter reincarnation and be reborn. It can be said that fighting ghosts and demons is not as simple as falling and dying. It was after these remarks were confirmed that this ghost path technique became a favorite in the eyes of evil demon monks. The ghosts and demons also became a thorn in the eyes of both the good and evil people, and they did not hesitate to unite and finally killed this person in the sea area. This 100 ghosts devouring hard art was also exposed, and many copies were reproduced and circulated. Many monks began to imitate the practice and wanted to become the second ghost demon. There are pros and cons to things in the world. This powerful magic skill, because when practicing, you have to refine the soul of the monks, use these souls as claws and teeth, and use yourself as bait, and experience them gnawing day and night. Eventually one's own spirit and soul will be merged into one, thus satisfying the practice of the technique. Not to mention how much worse it is to suffer this bone-cutting and heart-gnawing pain than to live. The more time passes, the more it affects the mind, and eventually one will become neither human nor ghost, becoming a monster and losing one's own consciousness. This also discourages 99% of people. Even if one succeeds in cultivation in the end, the highest level of cultivation is only the Purple Mansion stage. If you want to break through the Golden Core stage, unless you encounter a great opportunity, there is no hope in your life. Since the demise of the ghosts and demons, many geniuses have emerged like mushrooms after rain, but no one can reach the level of the ghosts and demons by practicing this skill. Because of various restrictions, this skill eventually lost its reputation and almost disappeared in the world of immortal cultivation. Today, only the group of demons on Giant Island are still circulating, and there are so many people practicing it. At this time, seeing that the appearance of the old demons changed drastically, there were 6 ghosts surrounding him. The strength of each ghost was at least at the foundation building stage, and Chen Qingyun frowned. Just enduring the bite and gnawing of a ghost, eating the soul, the pain is unimaginable. This time there are 6, day after day, year after year, and they can't resist. They can only actively merge. After so many days and months, how much perseverance and crazy personality the other party has. It is said that the demon cultivators are ruthless and cruel, killing each other, and even killing their relatives and themselves. Today, I finally saw it deeply. Do you know how much pain I have endured to achieve today's achievements? You force me to do this, you will become a part of my body. After performing the magic, the old demons emitted waves of gloomy and terrifying sounds, and Chen Qingyun felt like retreating, and felt his hair stand on end. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 136, Golden Sword Talisman, Kill. These voices were intermittent, and they were not spoken by the Purple Jade Demon, but by the 6 evil ghosts. Chen Qingyun was unable to calm down. He really didn't expect that the Purple Jade Demon would be so difficult to deal with. The 6 evil ghosts had all reached the strength of the initial stage of foundation building, plus the Purple Jade Demon in the middle stage of foundation building. How could he, a chi-refining cultivator, fight? For the first time, he felt that he had miscalculated. A strong sense of crisis swept over, causing Chen Qingyun to break out in a cold sweat, and his shirt and robe were soaked with sweat for a while. It is no exaggeration to say that he now had the idea of avoiding it and running away, not wanting to compete with such a terrible demon. But on second thought, this is Zhenhai Island, and there are thousands of Chen family mortals on the island. Once he abandons this place and runs away, Zhenhai Island will probably face the endless killing of the purple jade demon. He can even use this to find the location of the Chen family and kill them on Lingjian Island in one fell swoop. Can't retreat. Forcibly, suppressing the restlessness and uneasiness in his heart, Chen Qingyun was ready to play all his cards. He. The eerie laughter came, echoing between heaven and earth, and the three evil ghosts twisted and jawed, and pounced on Chen Qingyun. They opened their mouths and sucked, and there was a surge of demonic energy in their mouths. Chen Qingyun could clearly feel that when they opened their mouths and pounced, the soul in his body trembled. It was as if some kind of force was pulling the soul out of the body. A force attached to the soul, suppressing the restlessness of the soul, making the soul as solid as a rock, and not being swallowed and sucked by the three evil ghosts. It's the soul-nourishing jade. Chen Qingyun secretly noticed that the soul-nourishing jade in his body was emitting a warm power, protecting the soul. In itself, because of the tempering of the soul, Chen Qingyun's soul has far surpassed that of a cultivator in the qi refining stage. Combined with the protective effect of the soul-nourishing jade, he was not afraid of the purple jade demon using magic to devour and bite his soul. Sensing that Chen Qingyun was safe and sound, the purple jade demon's expression condensed. Soul type, magic weapon. She guessed that Chen Qingyun had a soul type magic weapon to protect his body. So she simply controlled the three evil ghosts and launched a killing momentum to fight Chen Qingyun. In the critical moment, Chen Qingyun remained calm, urged the Qingyun sword to slash out, and faced one of the evil ghosts. Clang. The attack of the flying sword did not work at all, but was slapped away by the opponent's claws. Chen Qingyun turned to urge the Qingyun earth hard fire, and a large amount of flame surged out of his hand, drowning the three evil ghosts. Waves of roars resounded through the world, and the three evil ghosts were burned by the Qingyun earth heart fire, and bursts of black air came out of their bodies. They were burned and struggled to retreat one by one. But that was all, and they were not destroyed in one fell swoop. Spiritual fire? The purple jade demon not far away paused, and the remaining consciousness allowed her to recognize the origin of the blue flame earth heart fire, which was a kind of spiritual fire of heaven and earth. You look ordinary, but you are very hidden. In addition to the soul and magic weapon, you also control the spiritual fire. The purple jade demon's eyes showed greed. This spiritual fire is also very useful for the demon cultivators. Seeing that the blue flame earth hard fire could not do anything to the evil ghosts, the gap in strength made Chen Qingyun feel powerless. He didn't care about any heartache. Chen Qingyun controlled the 5 elements, water elements and other 4 puppets at the same time, and surrounded and killed the purple jade demon. The 4 puppets obviously couldn't do anything to the purple jade demon. He only saw the other party controlling 6 evil ghosts and fighting with the 4 puppets. Fortunately, the 5 elements were not weak, and they would not fall into a disadvantage in a short time. The 3 puppets of water, fire, and gold were suppressed and attacked, with holes bitten all over their bodies, but they still fought to the death. Without Chen Qingyun's order, the puppets would not retreat at all. You still overestimate your own abilities when you are about to die. The purple jade demon laughed sinisterly, treating Chen Qingyun as a piece of cake, and could kill her at will. No matter how many methods a qi refining cultivator has, he is ultimately just relying on external objects, so how can he kill her? Facing the ridicule of the purple jade demon, Chen Qingyun's face was as gloomy as water, and he wiped his storage bag with his palm and took out a small golden sword. Seeing that the 6 evil ghosts were entangled by the puppets, Chen Qingyun found the right opportunity and didn't care about keeping any trump cards. At this moment, he activated the 5 elements sky escape, and his whole body suddenly became full of magic power. He teleported in front of the purple jade demon in a huff, as if teleporting. The purple jade demon was still laughing at Chen Qingyun, obviously not expecting the other party to suddenly launch an attack, and the speed was so fast that it was approaching in the blink of an eye. She was raising her palm, and the demonic energy on her 5 fingers surged, gathering into 5 blade-like sharp armors, ready to grab Chen Qingyun fiercely. Chen Qingyun's hand was shining with golden light, and a terrifying aura spread out, causing the purple jade demon to feel a palpitation. Talisman. The purple jade demon's expression suddenly changed, and her pupils shrank rapidly. She never thought that after many first-level top-grade magic weapons, foundation-building puppets, formations, and spiritual fires. Chen Qingyun actually had a talisman in his hand. There is also such a killer. In shock, she hurriedly activated the protective spiritual armor, wanting to urgently recall the 6 evil ghosts to defend and block in front of her. But it was too late. The golden sword talisman revealed a powerful aura, and instantly activated, bursting out dozens of golden flying swords, reflecting the brilliant golden light, sweeping towards the purple jade demon. The power of this incomplete talisman is more than enough to deal with a cultivator in the late stage of foundation building, let alone the purple jade demon. Huff! A burst of sword tearing sounded, and the golden light between heaven and earth was bright. Ah! The purple jade demon screamed hysterically, and the protective spiritual armor on her body was shattered. The golden sword pierced her body, and golden light shone through the wound. Under the attack of such a flying sword, she was torn apart in just a blink of an eye. The ringing storage bag in her hand fell to the ground, and her body was shattered into a ball of blood mist under the strangulation of the golden flying sword. The only thing that still existed was the 6 evil ghosts and her life soul. Under the effect of 100 ghosts devouring hard art, even if her body was destroyed, the purple jade demon still did not fall. Even if her own soul dissipated, the 6 evil ghosts still had a trace of soul, and she could recover and be reborn. Chen Qingyun succeeded in one blow and shattered the body of the purple jade demon. How could he let go of the opponent's soul? He knew that the tricky part of the opponent was the soul. With overwhelming hatred and murderous intent in his heart, the purple jade demon no longer wanted to fight and glanced at Chen Qingyun fiercely. She decisively abandoned the 6 evil ghosts, and her own soul performed the blood soul escape technique to escape. Chen Qingyun's expression changed, knowing that things were not going well, and he could not let the tiger go back to the mountain and give the other party a chance to breathe. Fortunately, after fighting for a few moves, the attack of the fiery sun demon slaying array had reached its peak. The fiery sun divine fire ring unfolded and turned into a size of more than 10 feet. The fiery sun divine fire inside it surged and fell with a whoosh, covering him, the purple jade demon and the 6 evil ghosts. The 5 elements sky escape was performed again. When Chen Qingyun teleported to dozens of meters away, the blazing fiery sun divine fire fell and covered all the enemies. Puff, puff. The fiery sun divine fire is specifically designed to defeat demon cultivators, especially the souls of evil ghosts, which are even more firmly restrained. In an instant, 6 evil ghosts screamed and struggled to be refined into ashes. Looking at the soul of the purple jade demon, it was emitting a thick black gas, like a raging fire burning ice and snow, melting rapidly. No. She struggled a few times, and then turned to ashes, completely eliminated from the world, without the slightest possibility of resurrection. The purple jade demon turned to ashes under the refining of the fiery sun divine fire, and a faint smell of flames diffused in the air. The fiery sun divine fire ring shrank to its original size and slowly flew back to the center of the formation. Under the maintenance of the formation power, it was quietly suspended, emitting a faint light. Chapter 137, Magical Instruments of the Blessed Land, Relics of Ancient Monks. Call. Seeing that the purple jade old devil could no longer die, Chen Qingyun breathed a long sigh of relief, and his tense nerves finally relaxed. This battle came quickly and lasted for a long time. All kinds of trump cards were used. Even if you use all your means, try your best. In the end, he was lucky enough to win the battle at the cost of losing 3 magic weapons, an earth elemental puppet, a locking dragon ring, and an inverted 5 elements formation flag. The purple jade old devil is so powerful. After recalling the 4 puppets and standing beside him to protect him, Chen Qingyun sat cross-legged to recover his magic power. I still underestimated her and almost ended up confessing here. With 70% to 80% of his mana restored, He picked up the trophies scattered on the ground and used a few fire bullets to erase all traces of the battle. Chen Qingyun then returned to his residence and began to count the harvest. One item after another was placed in front of him, and the spiritual stones were piled up into a small mountain. This time, I killed 2 demons and obtained a total of 8,210 spiritual stones. The purple jade devil spiritual stone net worth accounted for 70%. The belongings of the 2 demons were refined by the blazing sun fire, including the storage bag and even a number of treasures that contain demonic and evil auras. The rest are a few pure magic weapons. Among them, there are 3 first-level items, namely the 1000-blade jade plate, the black cloud flag and the 8-treasure spectroscope. Chen Qingyun just glanced at these 3 magic weapons, and his eyes fell on the other magic weapons. The first is a purple ball from heron, the size of a fist. At first glance, it doesn't seem to have any power at all. After erasing the remaining spiritual thoughts on it and refining it, Chen Qingyun finally recognized the origin of this magical weapon. Mysterious Artifact Sect, Cave Heaven Blessed Earth Magical Artifact. Zhuxiantu Sect. This is an ancient sect. This sect was born in a period when demons swallowed the sky and the sea of stars had not yet been unified. It was famous in the sea for refining various magical weapons. It was a righteous sect. In terms of status and heritage, even 10 Lingbao mountains cannot match it. Many high-ranking figures in the Qing sect come from the Hunyuan sect. Until in order to guard the territory of the human race and unify the sea areas. Several powerful human beings at that time came forward together to break down and rebuild several major sects such as Zhuxiantu sect, Piomio Immortal Palace, and Shengxiao sect, creating the original Star sect. Later, with the efforts of the 3 generations of heads of the Qing sect, they continued to eliminate the disobedient, vigorously suppressed the elder faction, and promoted the young faction. The Qing sect gradually calmed down the internal strife and formed a whole. Closer to home, this Cave Heaven Blessed Earth magical weapon is the most special type in the mysterious artifact sect. It does not have offensive power. It is a magic weapon with built-in defensive properties. It also has a special effect because it has its own space and can be used as a cave. This type of magical weapon is not divided into grades, but is divided into 3 levels. The lower level is called Cave Heaven, the middle level is called Blessed Land, and the upper level is called Fairyland. The Cave Heaven level is the most basic version, in which hundreds of square meters of space can be transformed into a place for living and entertaining guests. At the Blessed Land level, the area is larger and can generate spiritual energy, making it a good place for cultivation. As for the Fairyland, it is a rare existence. Not only is it not sold to the outside world, it is also a secret of the Zhuxiantu sect. The specific effect is not recorded in detail in ancient books. According to the speculations of the ancient monks, the Fairyland has its own world, with spiritual veins, mountains, rivers, lakes and other scenery. It can be called a small world. Whether it is true or false cannot be verified now. The orb in Chen Qingyun's hand has reached the Blessed Land level. There is a small cave in which a spiritual energy at the first level of spiritual veins is born, which can be used for practice. Not only himself, if Chen Qingyun wants to, he can even include spiritual beasts and outsiders into this Blessed Land orb. What a paradise! This demon cultivator has such good things in his body. Chen Qingyun played with the orb for a while and continued to count the items left by the purple jade old devil. The most intuitive ones are the 5 black rings. This reminded Chen Qingyun of the time when the purple jade old devil used these 5 rings during the battle. Transparent silk threads are produced from this ring. What on earth is this? It can easily cut even the first-order magic weapon. An extremely small, almost imperceptible hole can be seen on all 5 rings. When the spiritual sense penetrates into it, clues will appear. Among the 5 rings, there is a ball of transparent silk thread neatly rolled up. As long as the magic power is activated, these transparent silk threads can be freely expanded and contracted. The grade of this magical weapon has reached the 2nd level mid-grade, and Chen Qingyun is temporarily unable to use it. The specific power will not be known until the promotion to the foundation building stage. 5 rings were collected. Finally, There was a broken fragment of an ancient mirror and a purple handkerchief. The broken ancient mirror reflected bursts of light, and also reflected the scene in Chen Qingyun's house. Logically speaking, if this was originally a complete magic weapon that could be refined by the blazing sun fire, where would there be any leftover corners? This means that the female devil's storage bag only contains fragments of this ancient mirror. Chen Qingyun pondered for a while about what this was, and when he probed his spiritual sense into it, he discovered it a long time ago. The fragments of the ancient mirror contain some information, about 500 words long, marking the address of an ancient ruins. This relic was left by an ancient Zaifu monk and requires a key to open. This key is called the Green Brilliance Mirror. The piece in Chen Qingyun's hand is one of the 6 fragments of the Green Mirror. As long as you collect the 6 fragments of the ancient mirror and synthesize the complete Green Mirror, you can open this ancient ruins and obtain the opportunity left by the ancient cultivators. The opening time of the ancient ruins is also mentioned here. There are more than 5 months. Chen Qingyun pondered for a while. You need to collect 6 fragments of the ancient mirror to synthesize a key, which also means that other cultivators also have fragments of the ancient mirror. This is equivalent to a joint treasure hunt, and other cultivators will participate. The fragments of the ancient mirror explain the location of the ancient ruins and the exact opening time. At that time, as long as you wait there on time, you will meet other cultivators with fragments of the ancient realm, and you don't have to worry about not being able to synthesize the Green Mirror. What you need to worry about most is what the origins of those cultivators are, how strong they are, and whether they are enemies or friends. This is the first time Chen Qingyun has encountered such an opportunity, and he doesn't know whether it is true or false. The relics left by the ancient Purple Mansion cultivators are too attractive for the foundation building cultivators. There are more than 5 months left. Whether it is true or not, we will know when we go there. After thinking for a while, Chen Qingyun stopped looking at it. According to the description, this so-called ancient ruins will only appear at a specific time. If you go too early or too late, you can't find it. You can only wait patiently. Finally, Chen Qingyun's eyes fell on the purple handkerchief. The handkerchief is purple in color, without any pattern decoration, which looks very simple and easy to be ignored at first glance. But it can be preserved intact under the scorching sun fire, which is enough to show that this thing is extraordinary. Last time, when he killed the 3 demon cultivators who attacked Zhenhai Island, Chen Qingyun learned about the existence of the purple jade demon and the hidden spirit gauze from the demon cultivator named Helion. This purple handkerchief is the same type of magic weapon as the hidden spirit gauze. It is made of the mother silver thread and the mother and child soft silver thread, and can sense the existence of the hidden spirit yarn. The function of the hidden spirit yarn is to hide the body and eliminate all breath. So what is the function of this purple handkerchief? In addition to sensing the hidden spirit yarn, what is the specific use? Chen Qingyun is very curious. After the sacrifice, you will know after trying it. Chapter 138 Purple Spirit Robe, Prepare to Build Foundation. After refining the purple handkerchief, Chen Qingyun first used the hidden spirit gauze to cover his figure under the connection of his mind. Immediately, he used the purple handkerchief again to test the specific effects, and his face gradually showed joy. As a magical weapon, the hidden spirit yarn can achieve invisibility and annihilate all breath, but its shortcomings are also very obvious. As long as the mana is used, it will be exposed due to the fluctuation of mana, and the hidden effect will be lost. And this purple handkerchief has only one effect, which is to cover up mana fluctuations. What does it mean? To put it simply, after using the hidden spirit yarn to activate mana, you can use a purple handkerchief to cover the mana fluctuations, so as to achieve the effect of hiding with the hidden spirit yarn as if no action was taken. These 2 magical instruments are used superimposed and are perfect for each other. Chen Qingyun can quietly kill powerful enemies and cover his whereabouts while using his magic power. Similarly, without the cooperation of the hidden spirit veil, the ability of the purple handkerchief can be said to be very useless. It can only cover the fluctuations of mana, and neither the body shape nor the breath can be annihilated or hidden. This is on the battlefield, at most, You can watch me use my magic power to hit you. You can't feel the fluctuation of my magic power, so I just hit you. Catch the enemy off guard. When it comes to a real fight, who cares whether the opponent's mana fluctuates when he casts a spell? I just kill him first. Chen Qingyun finally understood the effect of the purple handkerchief. No wonder the purple jade old devil always wants to find the hidden spirit yarn. It turns out that without the hidden spirit yarn, this purple handkerchief will not have much effect. This kind of complete set of magic weapons can only be used together to complement each other and achieve the effect of concealing the truth. Regarding whether this purple handkerchief could be strengthened, Chen Qingyun paid attention and found that it had reached the strongest level, which was the first level. This set of magic weapons only has auxiliary effect, and its capabilities are limited to this at best, and it will not derive attack or defense capabilities. It must be combined with other methods and magic weapons to achieve greater advantages. For Chen Qingyun, who is the imperial puppet and is dormant in the distance to fight the enemy, it can be said to be a tailor-made set of magic weapons. It was at this moment that the royal purple handkerchief and the hidden spirit veil gradually showed signs of merging with each other. Yes, it is fusion, which can also be called synthesis. They are a set. When the purple spirit robe was refined, Zhu Jing took advantage of the old purple jade demon's weakness to seize this superior magic weapon. In a sneak attack, she severely wounded the purple jade old demon and took away the hidden spirit yarn. The instrument was thus split into two. Now, under the guidance of Chen Qingyun, these two separate magical weapons have been reintegrated and complemented each other, forming a second-level low-grade magical weapon, the purple spirit robe. The originally silver-white Yinling gauze changed, combined with the purple handkerchief, and turned into a purple robe with a hood. The style is quite elegant and noble, and it is not ordinary at first glance. This was the first time that Chen Qingyun had seen this kind of magical weapon that could be divided into two parts and used separately, and could be integrated with each other. This made him look at it for a while, and finally he simply put on the purple spirit robe so that he could exert its effect anytime and anywhere. After taking stock of the spoils, the next step is to sort out the losses from this battle. He took out the broken dragon locking ring, reversed the 5 elements formation flag, and the earth elemental puppet. Because the dragon locking ring was cut into 2 pieces and the formation pattern was destroyed, it was no longer a magic weapon and could not be repaired. This personal magical weapon of Nangong Miniai fell into Chen Qingyun's hands. It was broken on the battlefield for the first time when it was used in battle. Chen Qingyun also felt a little pity. Fortunately, the magic weapon was destroyed and the person was fine. As for the inverted 5-element formation flag, this set of formation flags is a set of instruments. Even if one of the formation flags is missing, there is no way to set up the formation again. The formation flag has 4 handles, but only one is damaged. Maybe contact Zhang Wenhui to see if there is any hope of repairing it. After thinking about it, Chen Qingyun tried to repair it through the system, but the result was that it could not be repaired. He took out the communication talisman and contacted Zhang Wenhui. This inversion of the 5 elements formation is very useful to Chen Qingyun. It is a pity to destroy it like this. Repair it if you can. After explaining his thoughts, he sent the message and soon received a reply from Zhang Wenhui. It can be repaired. Brother Qingyun, please bring the entire set of formation flags to the Zhang family. How many spiritual stones are needed? I'll help you fix it. It won't cost you spiritual stones. Zhang Wenhui responded that it could be repaired for free and did not ask how the formation was damaged. Chen Qingyun responded and took him over when he had time, then ended the interrogation. Finally, there is the damaged earth elemental puppet. The origin of the earth element was damaged, and the puppet was cut into several pieces. It needs to be condensed and repaired to create a new origin of the earth element. Chen Qingyun didn't hesitate much. Just half an hour later, a brand new earth element was successfully produced, reflecting the earth attribute aura. The puppet's body is easy to repair. After being placed in the origin of the earth element, and with the flow of the earth element's power, the puppet was able to repair its body and stand up again. In terms of strength, after spending 7 strengthening points, The strength of the earth elemental puppet reached the 9th level of chi refining. Completed the puppet recreation and finished counting the loot. Chen Qingyun's thoughts at this time were not on these treasures. He frowned slightly, recalling this battle with the purple jade old demon. Naharan was easy to deal with. He activated the fierce sun demon slaying formation and used a few moves to crush his opponent. The difficulty was due to the old demon Zhu, who played all his trump cards and made the fight very difficult. In terms of magic weapons, except for the 5 elements, he could not do anything to the opponent. If he fought for dozens more rounds, he would probably lose more magic weapons. If he had not relied on the golden sword talisman as a killer, and cooperated with the 5 elements to launch an attack, he would have lost if he had continued this battle. The opponent had the magic bell, and even if he activated the scorching sun demon array several times in the end, it would be difficult to break the defense. Even if it was a first level top grade magic weapon, the gap against the second level magic weapon was still obvious, and he could not rely on the advantage of numbers to win. The power of the talisman is indeed very strong, but it's a pity that the golden sword talisman can only be used once. This time, it can be regarded as making the best use of it. Now that I don't have the talisman, I also lose a killer. It won't be so easy to deal with foundation building cultivators in the future. Chen Qingyun summarized the pros and cons of this battle and his own shortcomings. The quality of magic tools is certainly related to the level of strength. But it only plays a supporting role. In front of the foundation building cultivators, no matter how many first level top grade magic tools there are, they can't make up for the gap in strength between the two sides. Once he faces a strong man like Zhu old demon again, how can he win without the support of the talisman? Except for guarding Zhenhai Island and resisting with the Liang demon slaying formation, he can't do anything else. As a chi refining cultivator, can he fly away from Zhenhai Island and kill the cultivators in the middle and late stages of foundation building without relying on the second level formation? Facing the demon cultivators of Giant Island, it is not certain whether there will be older and stronger demon cultivators attacking in the future after killing Zhu old demon and the other 2 today. Putting aside his own fearlessness, Chen Qingyun is most worried about the safety of this spiritual island and the lives of the Chen family mortals and Chen Qingyun on the island. Once he can't defend Zhenhai Island and is conquered by the demon cultivators, the consequences will be disastrous. The tribesmen here will inevitably become the pawns of the demon cultivators, who will kill and play with them at will. At that time, if they want, they can also follow the clues and find the location of Linjian Island. When that time comes, the Chen family will face the risk of extinction, which is much more difficult than dealing with the Zhao family. Without the support of strong strength, if you want to defend Zhenhai Island, you can only rely on yourself. Unconsciously, Chen Qingyun clenched his fists. I can't delay any longer, I want to build a foundation. An unprecedented desire for strength emerged in his heart. The idea of becoming stronger surged like a tide, occupying Chen Qingyun's entire mind. Chapter 139 Breakthrough in Foundation Building. The evil cultivators of Giant Island attacked twice, and the Zhao family was eyeing them covetously, and even the countdown of the Zhenghai monster tide. This sense of crisis that could sweep over at any time in the future made Chen Qingyun feel a palpitation, and it was difficult to remain calm. Only when one's own strength is improved can one be sure to deal with these crises. A big fist is indeed a capital for self-protection. After taking a few deep breaths, his thoughts became particularly clear, and all kinds of distracting thoughts were thrown behind his mind. The only thought in his mind was to build a foundation. To build a foundation with the foundation building pill, you still need to go to Yishi Island to purchase it in the next 1 or 2 months. It is also difficult to guarantee that you can get the foundation building pill smoothly. There is still uncertainty. Don't rely on the foundation building pill now. With the Qingyan Earth Core Fire to assist in building the foundation, the success rate will be about 40%. I can't wait any longer. The longer I delay, the less I can practice with peace of mind. With the idea of building a foundation in his mind, Chen Qingyun showed a resolute look. Rather than sitting and waiting for death, waiting for the crisis to come again and being helpless, It is better to try hard now. With the help of the Qingyun earth core fire, the tendons and veins will be warmed up. Even if the foundation building fails in the end, the tendons and veins will not be disordered, and the body will not die. If you don't dare to try even this little danger, what kind of immortality can you cultivate? All the chaotic thoughts and complicated affairs are put aside. Chen Qingyun is still on Linjian Island and has not returned yet. Chen Qingyun wrote a letter and sent it to the room of the fifth sister, telling her that he would retreat to build the foundation. Immediately, he went to the weapon refining workshop again and told Chen Bekai to take good care of the weapon refining workshop. Finally, he took out the 5 puppets including the 5 elements and the water puppet and guarded outside the room. He did not forget to take out the array plates of the 3 arrays, and after checking that the arrays were all opened, he handed the array plates to the 5 elements. 5 elements, after Chen Qingyun comes back, you open the array to let her in, and also guard Zhenhai Island for me. After a command, the 5 elements stood still and began to execute Chen Qingyun's instructions. The benefits of a puppet that has reached the foundation building stage are not only the improvement of strength, but also the ability to give orders in advance to allow it to act freely. This is something that other chi refining puppets cannot match. After getting his mind right, Chen Qingyun took out the Xuanghua Juling Tai, sat down cross-legged, and began his first foundation building in his life. In the process of chi refining cultivators advancing to the foundation building stage, they will make breakthroughs in the 3 aspects of the physical body, the true essence, and the soul. There is no need to say much about the physical body and the soul. Once the true essence is condensed, the physical body can be baptized with the true essence, and the lifespan can be extended to more than 200 years. In terms of the soul, it is not only improved in the same way. At the same time, the spiritual consciousness will also be transformed into the divine consciousness, and the divine consciousness can be used in the future. The most difficult part is the condensation of the true essence. Many chi refining cultivators fail to build their foundations because they fail at this step. Chen Qingyun already knows the process of building the foundation well. Referring to the experience of predecessors and combining it with his understanding of himself, he began to compress the true chi bit by bit. Condensing the true essence is divided into 2 steps. The first step is to compress the true chi. The second step is to condense the true essence. The process of compressing the true chi can be described as cautious. Once the tendons and veins can no longer bear and control the true chi, the compressed true chi will be like an ice spike ready to go, piercing the tendons and veins with thousands of holes. This is also the difficulty, and Chen Qingyun dare not be careless about this. While compressing the true chi bit by bit, he controlled the blue flame earth core fire to warm the tendons and veins, forming a layer of blue flame power everywhere in the tendons and veins to protect the tendons and veins. Even if the violent true chi is out of control and explodes in all directions, it will not hurt the tendons and veins. Even with this layer of protection, it took 6 days to finally compress the true chi to the extreme. Now, after completing the true chi compression, the next step is to condense the true essence. Chen Qingyun stabilized his mind and began to control and stimulate the true chi throughout his body. Under the extreme compression, these true chi have changed from gas to liquid. Even so, it is not easy to condense. This is equivalent to a taming process, which condenses the boiling and violent true energy little by little and makes it gentle. Fortunately, with extremely strong willpower and the warmth of the Qingyun earth core fire, this most critical step was finally completed. After the true energy in the body was successfully condensed, it was equivalent to about 1/10 of the original true energy concentration, and feedback came from this. This officially means that the foundation has been successfully built. It's done. Chen Qingyun looked happy. A series of chain reactions occurred in his body, and the true energy began to absorb the surrounding heaven and earth spiritual energy like a whale sucking water, filling the true energy. The pure spiritual energy in the Xuanghua Juling Tai had already reached a full state, and under the crazy absorption of the true energy, it all poured into Chen Qingyun's body. This process lasted for a stick of incense. Continuously extracting the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, strengthening the true energy, and the new true energy power are also rapidly tempering the body and soul. Chen Qingyun has completed the transformation of life, and his strength has made a qualitative leap. His lifespan exceeded 200 years, and his soul strength increased, and his spiritual consciousness was transformed into divine consciousness. After the divine consciousness was used, the situation within a radius of more than 200 meters around him could be clearly seen. Generally speaking, the divine consciousness strength of an early foundation building cultivator is about 100 meters in radius. Chen Qingyun's own soul strength is comparable to that of a cultivator in the middle stage of foundation building. Now that he has broken through to the foundation building stage, his divine consciousness has directly reached the level of the middle stage of foundation building. In terms of spiritual consciousness, he can control 9 magic tools at the same time and refine 2 puppets. This is the improvement in strength brought by the foundation building period. Chen Qingyun felt the power in his body and felt that if he faced the purple jade demon again, he would definitely win. This is the power of the foundation building period. The strength of the foundation building period made Chen Qingyun sigh with excitement on his face. Compared with the qi refining period, it is completely different. Without using the foundation building pill to build the foundation, the condensed true essence is also more solid, and the strength will be much more powerful than that of ordinary foundation building cultivators. The same magic tool, when controlled, will also be 20% to 30% stronger. According to the foundation building pill, the pill will naturally reduce the attack power to weaken the violent nature of the true qi, so as to increase the success rate of foundation building based on the principle that the true qi becomes docile. The benefits of not relying on the foundation building pill to build the foundation are also obvious. After consolidating his cultivation and practicing for a while, Chen Qingyun used his spiritual consciousness to pay attention to the situation outside the house. Wuxing and the 4 qi refining puppets were quietly guarding there, not moving at all. Summoned by Chen Qingyun, they all went straight into the house and took a brief look. The array plate in Wuxing's hand had traces of being opened, and it was obvious that Chen Qingyun had come back in the past few days. Not only that, Wuxing also held a piece of paper in his hand, with a few beautiful small words written on it. "Qingyun, I'm back, come to see me as soon as you come out of seclusion." It was Chen Qingyun's handwriting. Chapter 140 Letter from Qingfeng, Family Summons. 3 days ago, I returned from Lingjian Island. After seeing the letter left by Chen Qingyun and learning that it was a retreat to build a foundation, Chen Qingyun became extremely worried. The risk of not relying on the foundation establishment pill to build the foundation is too great. So much so that in the past 3 days, she had come here often to pay attention to Chen Qingyun's retreat, and she did not dare to enter rashly, so she had to wander around. Knowing that she couldn't disturb her, and feeling anxious, she thought about it over and over again, and finally left this note. Chen Qingyun naturally hopes that the family will have one more foundation building monk. But he is more concerned about Chen Qingyun's safety. This time Chen Qingyun suddenly established a foundation without any prior discussion or notification. She didn't know what Chen Qingyun had gone through and wanted to ask. After seeing the message, Chen Qingyun put away the double flower gathering platform, stretched his muscles, shook off the dust on his body, and set off for Chen Qingyun's residence. In the attic. Seeing Chen Qingyun appear, Chen Qingyun paused and immediately greeted him with surprise. "Qingyun, you are out of seclusion." Seeing Chen Qingyun standing in front of him alive, Chen Qingyun finally breathed a sigh of relief. She was not in a hurry to ask whether the foundation building was successful, but was more concerned about Chen Qingyun's safety. "I read the letter you left. It would be too risky to build a foundation without relying on the foundation establishment pill. Fortunately, you are out of seclusion today." Sensing the worry on Fifth Sister's face, Chen Qingyun looked relaxed and smiled. "Fifth Sister, I encountered something that made me eager to build a foundation. I saw that you hadn't come back yet, so I didn't tell you in advance to make you worry." Chen Qingyun nodded slightly and asked about the specific matter. What did Chen Qingyun go through in the past few days when she left Zhenhai Island? There was nothing to hide. Chen Qingyun carefully explained the attack of the two old demons. After hearing this, Chen Qingyun frowned and felt a palpitation in her heart. Two foundation-building demon cultivators are attacking. Even if they are protected by the fierce sun demon slaying array, it is not easy to kill them. The opponents can completely escape. Unexpectedly, his sixth brother's strength was so unfathomable that he could kill two foundation-building demon cultivators. It's really awesome. After being shocked, she heard that Chen Qingyun was worried about the return of Jian Island and the emergence of stronger demon cultivators to attack Zhenhai Island, so she came up with the idea of building a foundation. She finally understood Chen Qingyun's thoughts. If you don't rely on the foundation establishment pill to build the foundation, you can save 1 out of 10. Qingyun, fortunately, you were not in danger this time and successfully broke through to the foundation building stage. After Chen Qingyun came out of seclusion, no need to think too much, he must have been promoted to the foundation building stage. It's great. We have another foundation building monk in our family. If the clan leaders know about it, they will be very happy. Chen Qingyun beamed with joy. She had never been so happy. The two chatted about foundation building, and Chen Qingyun also took this opportunity to ask how Chen Qingyun was doing in the family these days and whether he was happy or not. Chen Qingyun mentioned his experience in the family these days and said that Chen Daoran was very happy after returning. The old man also asked her to say hello to Chen Qingyun and thanked her for the green leaf sword. The old man liked it very much. We chatted until noon. At this time, a flying messenger sword came to the spirit gathering formation. It's a message from the clan leader. Opening a corner of the formation, letting the communication flying sword fly in and fall into his hand, Chen Qingyun read the information inside. Chen Qingfeng. Chen Qingfeng was mentioned in the arraignment. The general meaning is that Chen Qingfeng sent a letter back from Xingzong, and Chen Xianming asked him to go back to his family. Second brother sent a message back to the family. What did the patriarch ask me to do? Chen Qingyun was secretly puzzled. Chen Qingfeng is his second brother, 6 years older than him, and he has the dual spiritual roots of wood and earth. At the age of 11, Chen Qingfeng was spotted by an elder of the Qing sect and brought back to practice in the Qing sect. This is also the only member of the Chen family who has joined the sect to practice. It is worth mentioning. At first, Chen Qingfeng became a disciple of the Star Sect elder, Master Mo Yu. With this master-disciple relationship, the Chen family could not be said to be protected by the Star Sect. But more or less, he was leaning against Master Mo. With this relationship, neither the Zhao family nor other family forces dared to provoke the Chen family easily. They were all afraid that Master Mo would take action on behalf of the Chen family because of the affection between master and apprentice. Unfortunately, Master Mo Yu died in a battle with several purple monsters 8 years ago. Since then, Chen Qingfeng's status has been greatly reduced and he has become one of the ordinary disciples of the Star Sect. Without the relationship with Master Mo, the power of the Chen family suddenly dropped a lot. The Zhao family is no longer timid and dares to openly challenge the Chen family. Looking back on the second brother, according to his qualifications, he should have reached the 9th level of Qi refining by now. What is the purpose of sending a message back to the family at this time? Second brother sent a message back to the family. It seems there is something important. The clan leader asked me to come back to the family. Please, help me pay more attention to things in the weapon refining workshop. Chen Qingyun handed the message to Chen Qingyun to read. Chen Qingyun took a look, nodded slightly, and said seriously, second brother and the family seem to have something important. Go ahead, I'm here, so you can rest assured. I'll try to come back as early as possible. If anything happens, I'll contact you via telegraph. Good. Chen Qingyun took off the cloud boat and flew out of Zhenhai Island. Wait until you return to Lingjian Island and arrive at the family meeting hall. Several clan members have gathered, including Chen Qingyun, Chen Daoran, Chen Dalin, and Chen Xianming, all of whom are above the 4th level of Qi refining. Chen Dohai was in retreat and did not come. The atmosphere in the hall seemed somewhat cheerful. Chen Qingfeng also stepped into the hall at this time and smiled when he saw Chen Qingyun. Oh, nephew Qingyun is back too. Fourth uncle. Chen Qingyun smiled and greeted him, and sat down with Chen Qingfeng. Chen Xianming also looked at Chen Qingyun with a smile at this time, and asked casually, "Qingyun, is the recent production of magic tools in the refining workshop going smoothly?" "It's going well, and some minor episodes have been resolved during the period," Chen Qingyun responded, without mentioning the earth fire veins and the Qingyun earth core fire. "There is actually no great need for the family to know this. The main focus is still on the refining workshop." "Well, I feel relieved with you here." Chen Xianming nodded, then glanced at everyone present and said, "The reason I summoned you this time is because Qingfeng sent back a letter from Xingzhou. You all should take a look at the specific content. After reading it, we will discuss it." Chen Xianming took out a letter and handed it to Chen Daoren first. Chen Qingyun paid close attention and found that the second grandfather was reading the letter with a serious face. After a while, he saw his expression relax and showed a bit of joy, and then frowned again, as if he was weighing something. Next, Chen Dailin, Chen Qingfeng, and Chen Qingyun read it one by one, and their expressions were similar to Chen Daoren ''s. It was not until Chen Qingyun took the letter and read it carefully for a while that he knew what it was about. Chapter 141 Golden Winged Mantis, I have established my foundation. The letter sent back by Chen Qingfeng only had a few hundred words, but the content was not simple. The general meaning was that 8 or 9 days ago, when Chen Qingfeng was carrying out a sect mission in the Star Sea, he accidentally discovered a monster nest. In this nest, there lived a second-level monster named Golden Winged Mantis. This Golden Winged Mantis was extremely rare in the Star Sea, and was known for its terrifying destructive power and speed. Its pair of mantis arms could easily crush first-level magic tools. It can be said that among the second-level monsters, this monster is the top existence. The strength of this Golden Winged Mantis has reached the initial stage of foundation building. Even if 3 cultivators of the same realm attack, they may not be its opponents. Even if they can win in the end, they are afraid that they will lose 1 or 2 magic tools. In theory, Chen Qingfeng would not provoke the monsters in the foundation building period, adhering to the principle of less provocation. Naturally, he would stay away from it and run as far as possible. But why did he mention this again? It was because he was surprised to find more than 100 Xuaniu grass in the monster's lair. Most of the Xuaniu grass had grown to maturity. Chen Qingfeng knew some pharmacology, so he couldn't stay calm. Xuaniu grass. Seeing this spiritual plant, Chen Qingyun couldn't help but think of the purple Qi pill, and understood why Chen Qingfeng sent a message to the family to inform them of this matter. Xuaniu grass is the main medicinal material for refining the purple Qi pill, and the price of one plant is at least 150 spiritual stones. The purple Qi pill is a spiritual pill that assists the middle and late stage cultivators in breaking through. Chen Qingyun has personally experienced its effect. At the beginning, he took 3 purple Qi pills and broke through from the 6th level of Qi refining to the 8th level of Qi refining. Looking at the Xuaniu grass in this monster's lair, there are more than 100 plants, which can refine 60 or 70 purple Qi pills. Even if you sell these spiritual herbs, you can get more than 15,000 spiritual stones. This opportunity is not small. It is precisely because of the fear of the golden-winged demon mantis that Chen Qingfeng dared not act rashly, and did not tell his fellow disciples about this news. Instead, he notified the family as soon as possible, wanting the family to go and fight for this opportunity together. It is worth mentioning that Chen Qingfeng emphasized in the letter that the golden-winged demon mantis had experienced a war and one of its wings was broken, and it was injured and recuperating. Let's not talk about who injured the golden-winged demon mantis for the time being. The key is that the other party was injured, and the broken wings must have greatly reduced its speed and strength. If you want to take action, now is the best time. Ha ha ha. More than 100 Xuaniu grass. Dao Lin, you are an alchemist. How many purple gas mist pills can be refined from this? Chen Daoren was a little excited, knowing the importance of this Xuaniu grass. Chen Dailin made a simple calculation and said, if it is true as Qingfeng said, half of the Xuaniu grass there is mature, and the number reaches 50. conservatively estimate that at least 30 purple qi condensed pills can be refined. We can also bring the remaining Xuanyu grass back to the family to plant and develop medicinal garden resources. Hearing this, Chen Qingyun said excitedly, at least 30 purple qi condensed pills. In our family, several mid-stage qi refining cultivators have taken qi refining pills, and taking this kind of pill again has little effect, but now with the purple qi condensed pill, we can increase our cultivation again. That's great. No wonder Brother Qingyun sent this news back to the family and told us that he wanted us to collect those Xuanyu grass so that Grandpa Dalen could refine pills. Chen Qingyun smiled happily. Her current cultivation has reached the 6th level of qi refining. If she can take the purple qi condensed pill again, she can at least reach the 7th level of qi refining. Looking at Chen Qingyun's 7th level qi refining, after taking it, he can reach the 8th level of qi refining, or even the 9th level of qi refining. One step further, that is the foundation building. Among those present, Chen Daoran and Chen Dalen are also in the late stage of qi refining, and can also impact the 9th level of qi refining. As long as this monster nest is taken down and the Xuanyu grass is obtained. Except for Chen Qingyun and Chen Xianming, the cultivation of everyone present can at least be improved by one small realm. The better ones can be improved by 2 small realms. In this way, 1 or 2 more clansmen can plan to build a foundation. Everyone looked at each other, knowing what these Xuanyu grass meant, and they all seemed eager to act, and they wanted to act now. Such a good opportunity, no one wants to miss it. You all know how important this Xuanyu grass is, and there is no need for me to say more. Chen Xianming glanced at everyone and said, "Since the Zhao family is eyeing me and keeping an eye on my itinerary, I naturally cannot leave Linjian Island. So, if we want to get these Xuanyu grass, we can only rely on you to do it." Ah, why is the Zhao family really endless? Chen Qingyun clenched his fists, sighed, and said, "Patriarch, it is important for you to stay in the family. The Zhao family should not take advantage of the situation." Indeed. Chen Dalen showed a solemn look and said, "Patriarch can't go, then let's do it. This Xuanyu grass is quite rare. Last time, the 2 Xuanyu grass used by the family to make pills were the last heritage of the family. Now, the price of pills on the market is also soaring. At this time, if you want to buy Xuanyu grass, it is often out of stock and difficult to buy." Not bad. Chen Daoran nodded in agreement. With such an opportunity in front of us, there is no need to hesitate. Qingyun also said that the golden-winged mantis had a conflict with someone and was injured, and its strength was greatly reduced. If we hesitate and go too late, this opportunity may fall into the hands of others. There is no time to lose, and we should go as soon as possible. Chen Xianming nodded and looked directly at Chen Qingyun. "Qingyun, among all the qi refining cultivators in the family, you are the strongest. I also know that you have the ability to fight against foundation building cultivators. Do you think you are sure to take action this time?" As soon as these words came out, everyone's eyes fell on Chen Qingyun. Chen Qingyun had earlier killed Zhao Shaoyuan and 5 Zhao family cultivators in order to avenge Chen Daoning and Chen Qing, which caused a huge wave in the Chen family. At that time, Chen Daoran and others, while clearing away the haze, were also wondering how Chen Qingyun, a qi refining cultivator, could wipe out 6 people from the Zhao family and kill Zhao Shaoyuan, who was in the foundation building stage. Even though they were confused, they did not ask much, and they all felt that Chen Qingyun had some trump cards and methods. And it was not as simple as it seemed. At this moment, the opportunity of Xuanyu grass was in front of them. In the family, except for Chen Xianming, who could not leave Linjian Island without taking action. The only one who had a chance of winning and could make the final decision on whether to take action against the golden-winged mantis was Chen Qingyun. Facing the scrutiny of everyone, Chen Qingyun did not think much, and smiled lightly and said, "Even if the golden-winged mantis was not injured, I am sure of this battle." Upon hearing Chen Qingyun's answer, Chen Xianming paused, and said with some doubts, "Qingyun, has your strength increased again?" The rest of Chen Qingyun and others also looked at Chen Qingyun. Chen Qingyun's strength has already reached the 9th level of qi refining. If he continues to improve, could it be that he has obtained some powerful magic weapon? Everyone, please look. Chen Qingyun smiled slightly, no longer hiding his cultivation, and the aura on his body slowly spread out. Chen Xianming has begun to pay attention to Chen Qingyun's cultivation. After feeling this aura, he suddenly widened his eyes and almost jumped up in excitement. Foundation building stage. Chapter 142 must succeed, team up to go together. Foundation building stage. Chen Xianming, who always behaved calmly, stood up and looked at Chen Qingyun with excitement. Chen Daoran, Chen Qingfeng and others also noticed it, opened their mouths, and then showed excitement on their faces. Foundation building stage. It's really foundation building stage. Feeling the aura of cultivation on Chen Qingyun, Chen Qingyun looked happy and couldn't help saying, "Sixth brother, it's great that you can break through to the foundation building stage. God has eyes. God has eyes." The family has experienced many hardships and finally sees the light. Chen Dailin was so excited that tears flowed down his face and his voice was a little choked. After decades, my Chen family finally gave birth to the second foundation building cultivator. Qingyun, good. Chen Daoran stood up, said 3 good words in a row, came close, and grabbed Chen Qingyun's shoulders. "When did you break through? Why didn't you notify us before you built your foundation?" As soon as this was said, everyone's eyes focused on Chen Qingyun. Seeing the expressions of the tribesmen, Chen Qingyun smiled faintly and said, "I broke through this morning. I was in a hurry, so I didn't tell you at that time." Chen Qingyun immediately explained in detail when he went into seclusion, when he broke through, and why he made up his mind to build his foundation. After listening to it, Chen Xianming and others suddenly understood and nodded secretly. Indeed, with the time bomb of Giant Island, it is a good thing to break through the foundation as soon as possible, and it cannot be delayed. In the battle with the old demon, Qingyun was able to win, more relying on the Liang demon's lane formation and the golden sword talisman. If he encounters a strong enemy from Giant Island again next time, without the talisman, it will be even more dangerous. Giant Island is not stupid, and it will not send a demon cultivator weaker than the old demon to attack Zhenhai Island. You did the right thing. Chen Xianming showed a solemn look. The Giant Island is a huge hidden danger after all. The defense on Zhenhai Island is not enough. We need to strengthen it and set up a more powerful formation. Not bad. Chen Daoran echoed. Qingyun, although you have broken through the foundation building stage now, you must not be careless because of your improved strength. Several clansmen discussed this matter for a few words, and finally Chen Xianming decided that the family would invest in setting up another formation on Zhenhai Island. With the existence of the Gathering Spirit formation, it is not a problem to operate 3 or 4 formations at the same time. The formation is expensive, but the lives and property of Chen Qingyun and others are more precious. The family attaches great importance to it and cannot be sloppy. This matter will not be delayed. After the meeting, Chen Xianming will start to do it. Getting back to the point, the topic fell back to the matter of the golden-winged mantis. Chen Qingfeng was the first to clap his hands and speak. Qingyun is now a foundation-building cultivator, so we are almost certain to get the monster's lair. What do you think? Should we go or not? I think it's worth a try. Chen Dailin was the first to respond. For an alchemist like him, the more than 100 Xuaniu grasses are of great value. As long as the Xuaniu grass is obtained and the purple Qi Yinyan pill is refined, it means that the family can give birth to many late-stage Qi refining cultivators. At the same time, Xuaniu grass can also be planted and developed into family resources. At this time, not only Chen Dailin is ready to move, but even Chen Qingyun and Chen Daoran want to make a move. With Chen Qingyun's help, the chances of winning this battle are very high, and it depends on whether Chen Qingyun is willing to lead the team. Qingyun, are you willing to make a move? Chen Xianming looked at Chen Qingyun with a smile. Originally, Chen Xianming didn't want his clan members to take risks in this trip to the monster's lair. No matter how injured the Foundation establishment monster is, it is not something that ordinary qi refining cultivators can fight against. There is a great risk. This time, we gathered everyone to discuss this matter seriously. Unexpectedly, Chen Qingyun brought a surprise. This kid broke through to the Foundation establishment stage without saying a word. It is beneficial to the family, so I am willing. Chen Qingyun nodded. The opportunity is right in front of me, and I think it is not to be missed. It is worth a try. Not to mention the injured golden-winged mantis, even if the opponent is in a period of complete victory, Chen Qingyun is confident to fight against it. After the battle of killing the purple jade demon, he has a deep understanding of his own strength. Relying on the 5 elements and 4 puppets, combined with his own strength, it is enough to confront the creatures in the middle stage of Foundation establishment head-on. Moreover, he has not yet strengthened the magic tools and puppets. Once strengthened, the chances of winning will increase by several %. Okay, Qingyun is willing to go, so let's go on this trip. Chen Xianming nodded heavily and glanced at Chen Daoran and others. Of course, Qingyun can't be allowed to take risks alone on this trip. In addition to King Fin's assistance, I hope you can also help and form a team to take care of each other. Hearing the clan leader's words, Chen Qingyun wanted to refuse and said that he would go alone. The next moment, Chen Daoran spoke first. Of course, if Qingyun went alone, I would never let him take risks. He is the leader of our Chen family's foundation building. His future is limitless. You must protect him. Chen Daoran nodded and said, haha, yes, I will go on this trip too. The Xuanyu grass needs to be picked properly, don't be careless. I will complete the task of picking spiritual medicine. Chen Qingyun looked at Chen Qingyun with a pair of beautiful eyes, and also wanted to make a move. He smiled and said, "Sixth brother, we will go with you. What do you think?" Ha ha ha, let's go together. Chen Qingfeng laughed. The strength of the 4 clansmen has improved after more than 3 years of hard work and the family's emphasis on training. Chen Daoran has reached the 7th level of qi refining. Chen Qingfeng and Chen Qingyun are the 6th level of qi refining. Chen Daoran has the highest level of qi refining, which is the 8th level. Everyone is not bad in strength, and they all agreed to go. Chen Qingyun couldn't refuse, and nodded in agreement immediately. Okay. Seeing that everyone is united, Chen Xianming felt warm in his heart. Okay, you can go together. To reduce the risk, I will take out some magic weapons and equipment from the clan library for you. There are still a few first-grade top-grade magic weapons in the clan library, so don't be disgusted. As for the magic weapons, I will provide them. After Chen Qingyun finished speaking, before everyone refused, he wiped his storage bag with his palm and took out 4 magic weapons. This is the red scale flying shield, the 1000-blade jade plate, the black cloud flag and the 8 treasures spectroscope, all of which are first-grade top-grade magic weapons. Each of you can pick one of these 4 magic weapons, except for the red scale flying shield, which was refined by Chen Qingyun. The other 3 are all righteous magic weapons obtained from the purple jade demon. The red scale flying shield is refined with the green flame earth core fire, and it is the most powerful. The other 3 are comparable. The appearance of the 4 first-grade top-grade magic weapons caused the whole hall to seem to be bright. Chen Daoran and the others were surprised, thinking that Chen Qingyun still had so many first-grade magic weapons. Chen Xianming, who was sitting on the upper seat, couldn't remain calm, and took a deep breath and said, 4 first-grade top-grade magic weapons. Qingyun, why do you have so many magic weapons? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 143 Qingguang. sailing away. In response to Chen Xianming's inquiry, Chen Qingyun didn't say much after hearing this, and motioned for everyone to come forward and choose. Seeing this, Chen Xianming and others had no intention of asking further questions. At Chen Qingyun's insistence, they began to pick up the magical weapons one by one. Chen Qingyun's strength is at the 6th level of Qi refining, and she is the weakest in the field. In order to strengthen her defense, the red scale flying shield was given to her. Chen Qingyun was interested in the flag magic weapon but had not used it yet, so he chose the black cloud banner. Chen Daoran took the 1000-edged jade plate. The last 8 treasures spectroscope fell into Chen Dalin's hands. When they walked out of the meeting hall, Chen Qingyun and the others felt like they were in a dream. It is really unbelievable that Chen Qingyun not only equipped them with a first-class magic weapon, but also frankly admitted that it was given to them. Chen Qingyun bought 4 of the first-class magic weapons that others couldn't bear to ask for and were reluctant to spend money on, giving them to them for free. This is too dreamy. Chen Qingyun stretched out his hand and pinched his arm to verify that he was not dreaming. He felt more and more that he could not see through Qingyun, the clan brother. Including a magic weapon given by Chen Qingyun before, she already has 2 first-class magic weapons on her body. The first-level top-notch magic weapon that others covet and envy. Every monk at the 4th level of Qi refining and above in the Chen family has one. The Qi refining monks who participated in the meeting today once again each had one. Qingyun is not simple. Good. Chen Dalin laughed. Having received so many benefits from him, we must work hard to take care of him more in the future, but we can't just let him pay. Seeing the expressions of disbelief or surprise on the faces of Chen Daoran and others, Chen Qingyun followed and left the meeting hall. While everyone was preparing, Chen Xianming came to Chen Qingyun alone and mentioned the spirit beast egg. Qingyun, your second grandfather should have told you about my experience of learning beast control in the Zhu family when I was young. I do know a little about beast control, but not much. Chen Xianming chuckled and asked about the specific origin of this spirit beast egg, which gave him another guess. Knowing that Chen Qingyun was captured by the bandit cultivator, the old patriarch pondered for a moment. The 2 bandit cultivators are dead, which means that the source of the spirit beast eggs has been cut off. I have been thinking about it for 2 days, but I still haven't recognized the descendants of the spirit beasts. Hearing this, Chen Qingyun nodded slightly and said, in the opinion of the patriarch, what should we do with this spirit beast egg? I don't even know what's inside, but if a ferocious beast in the Foundation establishment stage or even the Purple Mansion stage hatches out, that's going to be very difficult. That's what I want to tell you too. Chen Xianming looked straight. If you trust me, I can ask someone to take a look at it for you, but it will take some time before the results come out. Then, just follow the clan leader's wishes. Of course I can trust you. Okay, if you say this, I can go ahead and do it with peace of mind. Chen Xianming didn't say who he was asking for help, and Chen Qingyun didn't ask either. The old patriarch has been practicing for so many years and has many connections. He always makes some capable people and strangers, good friends and confidants. Since there is still hope, we can wait and not be in a hurry. That afternoon everything was ready. A 5-person team headed by Chen Qingyun, Chen Qingyun, Chen Dalin, Chen Daoran, and Chen Qingyun set off for Star Sect. They first need to meet with Chen Qingyun. The Star Sea is divided into Inner Star Sea and Outer Star Sea. The Inner Star Sea is ruled by the Star Sect, and one family is the only one. The Outer Star Sea is jointly ruled by the 4 major sects of the Kirigakure Mountain and the Outer Mountain, each dominating one side. At the same time, these 4 major sects follow the Star Sect's lead. The entire Xinghai can actually be said to be governed by the Xing sect. It's nothing more than a clearer class distinction. From the Star Sect to the 4 major sects, to the major cultivating families, to the demonic forces, to the casual cultivators, there are layers one on top of the other. This time going to Xingzong, whether it is Chen Daoran or Chen Qingyun, several people are looking forward to it. This was their first time going to the Star Sect, and they were full of curiosity about the first sect in the Star Sea. Star Sect is located between the Star Sand Islands and the Star Owo Islands, in the hinterland of the Inner Star Sea, the area with the richest resources. More than 1,000 years ago, the ancestors of Xinghai joined forces to ward off beasts, open the sea, and slay demons, and established a place for the human race to survive, which can be regarded as the first pure land for the human race. It is precisely after more than 1,000 years. The human monks continued to fight against the monsters in the sea, continued to expand their living territories, and gradually used this pure land as the hinterland to expand towards the surrounding areas. Eventually, the territory was expanded to more than hundreds of millions of miles. This is the origin of Xinghai. The 10,000 Stars Alliance also wanted to rule better, control the Sea of Stars, and protect the territory of the human race, so it merged with various sects and evolved into the Star Sect. Such a behemoth is more than 500,000 miles away from the Chen family, and there are countless islands of all sizes to pass through on the way. It would take at least a year for a few Qi refining monks to cover such a long distance. Naturally, they couldn't afford it. The golden-winged demon mantis would probably have recovered from his injuries by then, so they had to race against time. It's a coincidence this time. The Qingguang has been successfully refined a few days ago. Let's travel on the spiritual ship this time. Chen Daoran smiled lightly and led everyone towards the Chenjia pier. When did the family refine the spirit ship? Upon hearing that there was a spirit ship, Chen Qingyun immediately became interested. Ha 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 ha, it was refined in the past few days thanks to Qinyan's blessing. There was a weapon refining workshop that shared the refining of the red iron sword for me. Only then did I have time to refine the spirit ship. Everyone came to the family dock and saw the spirit boat. The spiritual ship in front of us is huge in shape and is yellow-brown in color. The bow of the ship is in the shape of a green dragon head, which is lifelike. There is a large sail in the center of the ship, which is green in color. On the sail is written the word Chen with flying dragons and phoenixes, which is the emblem of the Chen family. What a magnificent spirit ship! What grade is it? Chen Qingyun boarded the Qingguang, touched here, looked there, and felt very novel. You can see that there are more than a dozen independent rooms on the ship, including kitchens, practice rooms, storage rooms, etc., with complete living facilities. Just by looking at the appearance, you can see how much effort Chen Daoran put into it. This ship is called Qingguang. It is a first-class high-grade spiritual ship. It can absorb the water aura in the sea as power, and its sailing speed can be compared to the sword flying of a foundation-building monk. Chen Daoran carefully introduced this proud work. In the afternoon of that day, the group set sail on the Qingguang and headed towards the east of the Xingsha Islands. The vast sea is endless. Even when traveling according to the navigation map, Chen Daoran carefully steered the Qingguang forward. Taking advantage of the time, Chen Qingyun sat cross-legged in a wing of the spirit boat and took out the 5 elements and Qingyan swords. This time, in order to ensure everything is safe, the magic weapon must be strengthened. Among all the magical weapons, the 5 elements bear the brunt and are the first strengthening targets. The second is the best Qingyan sword. I don't know how many strengthening points are needed to go from the second level low grade to the second order mid grade. After paying attention, there are currently 81 strengthening points left, and Chen Qingyun begins to strengthen the 5 elements. As a burst of light rose up from the 5 elements, and a more powerful aura emitted, the puppet in front of him reached the middle stage of foundation building in one fell swoop. 5 elements, second level middle grade. The data on the system panel has also changed. Strengthening points, 39. Let's look at the strengthening points. With 42 points, you can upgrade the second level low-grade magic weapon by 1 level. If this continued to strengthen the 5 elements, it was obviously not enough, so Chen Qingyun turned to strengthening the Qingyan sword. The light on the flying sword surged, and the aura grew. The number of formations on this flying sword has increased to 21, and its power has more than doubled. After strengthening it twice, there are only 18 strengthening points left. There are not many strengthening points left. We must quickly find some magic weapons to break them down and obtain new strengthening points. Wait until we go to Yishi Island to purchase some damaged magic weapons, and then complete this mission first. Chen Qingyun made up his mind. Just as he was about to walk out of the room, before he reached the door, he suddenly felt the entire Qingguang shake violently, as if it had been hit by some huge force. What's going on? Quickly steadying himself, Chen Qingyun couldn't help but frown. Chapter 144 Tanf, Xingzong Outer Island. Feeling the Qingguang shaking and being affected by external forces, Chen Qingyun quickly walked out of the room. Several figures appeared on the deck at the same time to check the source of this emergency. Is it a storm in the sea? Chen Qingyun was the first to appear and looked around. He did not see any damage to the hull, and there were no monsters or monks attacking in the sea. It can be clearly felt that there was a strong wind whistling and whimpering in the air around him. Chen Qingyun also noticed this and felt that the strong wind around him was not a surprise attack by monsters and monks, so he was relieved. We encountered the wind of heaven. But, as Chen Daoran's voice sounded, Chen Qingyun knew what was going on. The wind of heaven, the ghost fog, and the whirlpool are the three major natural disasters at sea, which make all the monks talk about it and avoid it. They have been calm all the way and have not encountered any danger. Now they have just sailed out of the area of Xingsha Islands, and the originally calm sea has suddenly blown up with a series of shocking hurricanes. These hurricanes formed terrifying tornadoes, sweeping the seawater to the sky, which was quite shocking. In the sea, monsters of all sizes and races were swept out of the sea. The strong wind tore many monsters into pieces on the spot, and the scene was in a mess, and the wailing sounded throughout the sea. Is this the wind of heaven? Chen Qingyun looked solemn. It was the first time he saw the legendary wind of heaven. With the strength of this wind of heaven, any ship that did not take defensive protection would be torn into pieces and sink into the vast ocean in minutes. The monks who were swept by the wind of heaven would lose their way and fall into the sea because of exhaustion of mana in the process of fighting against the wind of heaven. This wind of heaven came very quickly, and no one could predict it in advance. The previous second was still blue sea and blue sky, and the wind was calm, and the next second, the wind suddenly rose and the sky was gloomy, as if a different world had been created. Although the Qingguang was still a little far from the sea area where the wind was sweeping, separated by a distance of several thousand meters, the aftermath of the wind also caused the Qingguang to shake violently. As a sea area cultivator, Chen Qingyun also saw such a scene for the first time. He was thinking about asking Chen Daoran and Chen Dalan for countermeasures, whether to turn around and avoid it. Don't panic, everyone. I have a way to deal with it. The next moment, Chen Daoran spoke calmly. He took out a water blue bead and injected mana into it quickly. In an instant, a huge water blue light emanated from the gem, covering the entire Qingguang. At this time, the Qingguang, which was originally shaking violently, gradually stabilized and was not affected by the aftermath of the wind. Second, Grandpa, what is this? Seeing that the Qingguang was no longer affected by the wind, Chen Qingyun couldn't help but ask curiously, guessing that this gem could resolve the wind sweeping. Chen Qingyun on the side also didn't know what the bead was. At this time, Chen Daoran will activate it. This thing must be able to resist the existence of the sky wind. Hehe, you are still young. I am afraid this is the first time you see the sky wind. Chen Daoran controlled the blue gem, looking at the sky wind spreading in the distance, and said with a calm look, "Don't underestimate it. This thing is called the wind-fixing bead, which can shield the sky wind and isolate the storm between heaven and earth. This wind-fixing bead was bought in the market of Yishi Island when I was young. I have only used it twice and resolved 2 dangers for me. I didn't expect that more than 10 years have passed and it would come in handy again today. Wind-fixing bead, this thing is so magical." Upon learning the effect of the wind-fixing bead, Chen Qingyun's eyes lit up. "Yes, you don't have to panic, just sit tight. With this wind-fixing bead, we can safely get through this sky wind." Chen Daoran looked indifferent, and the wind-fixing bead in his hand continued to emit light, shielding the sky wind sweeping around the Qingguang. The entire Qingguang was sailing steadily, becoming an isolated boat within 100 miles, and sailed quickly into the sweeping range of the sky wind. As Chen Daoren said, with the protection of the Dingfengzhu, even if the sky wind was fierce and violent, the Qingguang would not move at all and would not be affected at all. Chen Qingyun changed from being nervous at the beginning to being calm, and finally developed a strong interest in the Dingfengzhu. The sky wind on the sea has always been capricious, coming and going, unpredictable, just like this sudden appearance. In the face of such natural disasters, if there were no Dingfengzhu, they would probably be lost and perished in the sea before they reached Xingzong. When traveling on the sea, it is particularly important to carry a Dingfengzhu with you. The sweeping area of the sky wind is hundreds of miles, extremely fierce and violent. Chen Qingyun saw several times that several foundation-building monsters were swept out of the sea by the sky wind and torn in the air. Occasionally, the remains of monsters fell on the windproof barrier, making a bang-bang-bang sound. The tearing force of this sky wind reached at least the middle stage of foundation building. Chen Qingyun thought that if he was in it, he would not be able to escape unscathed. The Qingguang sailed for about half a day, with Chen Daoren continuously replenishing his magic tools and controlling the Dingfengzhu. He finally survived the sky wind safely. After sailing on the sea for more than 10 days, the group arrived at the sect territory of Xingzong. Compared with the Xingsha Islands, there are large and small spiritual islands here, and there are towns and markets on the islands, which seem quite prosperous. Almost every time you pass a spiritual island, you can see a large seaport. There are pavilions and towers on the island, and the figures of immortal cultivators often appear. The spiritual energy between heaven and earth is abundant. Before leaving Xingsha Islands and arriving here, I haven't seen the shadow of an immortal cultivator along the way. It is surprisingly quiet. Occasionally, only some sea monsters and wild beasts appear. Many sea areas have thin spiritual energy and few human traces. Chen Qingyun looked around and found that the order here was also well managed. No fighting occurred along the way, and the surrounding ships were sailing quietly. Since it was the first time for them to come here, they didn't know where the spiritual ship would dock and where the mountain gates of Xingzong was. Simply dock the spiritual ship at the port of a large spiritual island. Here in the port, there are hundreds of spiritual ships docked. Some look old and have experienced many years of wind and rain. Some are huge, luxurious, and of different grades. The appearance of the Qingguang did not attract the attention of the surrounding cultivators. The only spiritual ship of the Chen family seemed ordinary and unremarkable among all the ships. The person who managed this dock was a late foundation-building cultivator who claimed to be from the Fengrao Chamber of Commerce and whose surname was Long. This spiritual island was the subsidiary industry of the Chamber of Commerce and belonged to the outer island of Xingzong. 1. Spiritual stone is required for docking for 1 day, and the subsequent days are calculated cumulatively according to this price. The cultivator surnamed Long quoted the price and looked at Chen Daoren with a very experienced look, guessing that Chen Daoren was the leader. So expensive. It was the first time that Chen Daoren heard that there was a charge for docking a ship, and he felt that it was not cheap. You are foreign cultivators, right? The cultivator surnamed Long glanced at Chen Daoren and the others. His eyes were very vicious, and he said with a bit of joking on his face, "If you don't worry about the treasure boat being damaged or stolen, you can stop outside the port at will. There is a vast space there, and you can stop anywhere." The second grandfather Chen Daoren was a mature man. When he heard this, he stopped talking and took out a spirit stone and handed it over. The cultivator surnamed Long took the spirit stone and his tone became more enthusiastic. "We will take care of the treasure boat after receiving your spirit stone. You can rest assured of the reputation and ability of my Fengrao Chamber of Commerce. Go, and do your business. When you come to pick up the boat, return this thing to me." The other party took out a black token with the number Wuliuki written on it and handed it to Chen Daoren. "Thank you," Chen Daoren said politely, and then took Chen Qingyun and others into the island and began to inquire about the situation. Chapter 145, The Powerful Foundation of Xingzong. Chen Qingyun. There is a Zhuxian market on this island, with hundreds of cultivators coming and going, which is quite prosperous. Several people entered the market, chatted with several casual cultivators, and soon got the information they wanted. This island is called Yunzhu Island, and it is home to a large city, Yunshu City. The number of mortals in the city has reached more than 3 million, and the number of cultivators is about 6,000. It is one of the 36 outer islands directly under the Xingzong. The 36 outer islands are not much different in size, and each has a purple mansion cultivator in charge. Above the outer islands, there are 7 inner islands, which are also under the Xingzong. Each island owner sitting in the 7 inner islands is a giant and stage cultivator, and also works for the Xingzong. 36 outer islands, 7 inner islands, and the strength of the Xingzong itself, the foundation of the Xingzong, is really unfathomable. Chen Qingyun sighed in his heart. At present, this Yunzhu Island is governed by the Fengrao Chamber of Commerce, and behind the Fengrao Chamber of Commerce is the Xingzong. Just from what we saw and heard when we landed on the island, a late foundation cultivator was doing the work of guarding the port. From this point, we can get a glimpse of how powerful the Xingzong's foundation is. There are many cultivators in the Fengrao Chamber of Commerce, including Purple Mansion cultivators, but it is just a small chamber of commerce under the Xingzong, and it is not considered an internal organization of the Xingzong. To put it bluntly, once the Xingzong holds a high-level meeting, even the president of the Fengrao Chamber of Commerce is not qualified to participate. Chen Qingyun has long heard that the Xingzong is very powerful, even the giant and ancestor is afraid of it. After seeing it today, he realized that the strength of the Xingzong is beyond his expectations. The Xingzong controls the resources of the entire Xinghai cultivation world. Yaoang Mountain, Wuan Island, and other immortal sects that even the Chen family thinks are unattainable, all have to look at the face of the Xingzong for food. Chen Qingyun feels more and more that under the control of such transcendent strength, there will be no second Xingzong in the Xinghai. It is no exaggeration to say that the change of power structure in the Star Sea is entirely dependent on the thoughts of the Star Sect. Why did the 4 major sects in the outer mountains of Wuan Chanlu Mountain not establish their sects in the inner Star Sea, but chose the outer Star Sea bordering the Wanyao Sea, which is scarce in resources and rampant with monsters? There must be a reason for the Star Sect to intervene. When the Chen family received the call for war from the Star Sect, even if the clan members felt unfair in their hearts, they did not dare to say much and had to comply with the call. It can be seen that the Star Sect can only look up to the Chen family. The small Chen family is too small in front of the giant Star Sect. Chen Qingyun was full of mixed feelings and became more and more aware of the importance of strength. In addition to the situation of this island, several people also found out the location of the Star Sect's mountain gate. That afternoon, several people took the Qingguang at the dock and went straight to the Star Sect's mountain gate. The Star Sect is located on a huge spiritual island called Tanxing Island. There are many spiritual veins in Tanxing Island, with a total area of 50,000 square kilometers. With such a huge area, it is hard to find a cultivator here. Even if it is across the entire Xingzong, it will take at least 3 days according to the pace of Chen Qingyun and his companions. In order to save time, Chen Daoran took out 10 spiritual stones and handed them to the Xingzong disciple Zhang, who was in charge of the mountain gate, and told the person he was looking for. After waiting outside the mountain gate for an incense stick of time, the Xingzong Zik brought back the news and led them to wait in a waiting hall outside the Xingzong. This place is used to receive foreign guests. Non-Xingzong disciples cannot enter and leave the Xingzong at will. During the waiting process, there were also several visiting cultivators waiting quietly around, and occasionally saw Xingzong disciples coming. Soon, a figure stepped into the hall, and after a glance, he walked straight towards Chen Qingyun and his companions. Qingfu. Even though they hadn't seen each other for 11 years, Chen Daoran still recognized Chen Qingfu at a glance and waved. "Over here. Over here." Chen Qingfu sat down in front of the few people, smiled and greeted them, and seemed a little reserved. He hadn't interacted with the family cultivators for 11 years, and he felt very unfamiliar. Seeing Chen Daoran and Chen Dalan was okay. He could recognize them. When he saw Chen Qingyun and Chen Qingyun, he felt a little strange. Second, Master, are these two also cultivators of the Qing generation? I seem to have seen them when I was a child, but I can't remember who they are now. Chen Qingyun said a little embarrassedly. He, you haven't seen each other for 11 years, it's normal that you don't know each other. Chen Daoran immediately introduced. When he learned that Chen Qingyun's cultivation had reached the foundation building stage, Chen Qingyun couldn't help but look at Chen Qingyun in surprise. Sixth brother, you are a few years younger than me, and you have reached the foundation building stage at such a young age. Chen Qingyun's face was full of joy, and he said sincerely, with such a genius in the family, our Chen family will prosper. Joining the Xingzong, outsiders envy him for his promising future, and the lowest achievement can reach the foundation building stage. But the struggle between the light and the dark in the sect is more intense. There are also many geniuses of all kinds, and many talented people emerge. After practicing for more than 20 years, he has not yet obtained the foundation building pill to build the foundation. Chen Qingyun knows that it is not easy to build a foundation, and the foundation building pill is difficult to obtain. Especially after asking, he learned that it was not the family who made efforts to purchase the foundation building pill, but Chen Qingyun did not rely on the foundation building pill to build the foundation. Chen Qingyun couldn't help but admire this sixth brother. With the sixth brother in the family, I can also practice in Xingzong with peace of mind. He secretly determined the idea of obtaining the foundation building pill to build the foundation in the near future, and reached out to pat Chen Qingyun on the shoulder. I, as a brother, am not as good as you. Several people chatted with Chen Qingyun for a while and gradually became familiar with each other. Chen Dailin looked at Chen Qingyun, who was growing up, and asked with concern, how have you been doing in Xingzong these years? Hearing this, Chen Qingyun looked a little gloomy. He suppressed the emotion of wanting to choke and confide, lowered his head and did not answer. Seeing this scene, Chen Qingyun and others looked at each other, guessed roughly in their hearts, and did not ask more. It's not easy to be away from home, you have to be more patient. If you really can't stay, go back to the family. Chen Daoran comforted. Leaving the family, living and practicing alone in Xingzong. In Xingzong, a holy place for practice where strength is respected, cultivators like Chen Qingyun who do not have a strong backing do not think they have a good life. After chatting for a while, Chen Qingyun found the right time to ask about the golden-winged mantis. Second brother, we came here this time to ask you to take us to the monster's lair. When are you free to take us there? Hearing this, Chen Qingyun quickly calmed down. He briefly described the situation and the experience of discovering the golden-winged mantis. Until he mentioned his own strength. He recommended himself, I will also join you on this trip. Although I am in the sect, I hope that the family can develop better and more late-stage qi refining cultivators will emerge. I have made preparations. While the mantis has not recovered yet, we should set off today without delay to avoid more trouble. When he decided to take action that day, Chen Xianmin sent a message to Chen Qingyun to inform him of the strength of the team sent by the family. Chen Qingyun had already made preparations and was not indecisive. He decided to give it a try. At worst, if he really couldn't beat him, he would retreat at that time. This kind of opportunity is rare, and you need to work hard to fight for it once you have it. This is also the original intention of him to send a message to the family and inform them of this matter. Chen Daoran and the other four heard this and their eyes fell on Chen Qingyun. Chen Qingyun was the main force among them. When to make a move, it still depends on Chen Qingyun's intention. Just as the second brother said. Chen Qingyun nodded and said, let's make a move today. During the waiting process, they had already repaired and could take action at any time. Now was not the time to chat and rest. Several people reached a consensus and set off. Chen Qingyun was going to rent a spirit ship. When he learned that the family already had a spirit ship, his expression was slightly happy and he followed several people to board the Qingguang. I have been away from the family for more than 10 years, and the family has developed better and better. He was happy for the family from the bottom of his heart. The Qingguang set sail and the group headed towards the south of Xingzong. That was a sea area outside the outer island of Xingzong. The nest of the golden-winged mantis was on a deserted island nearby. After 3 or 4 days of continuous travel, everyone arrived at the deserted island and found the hiding place of the golden-winged mantis. Chapter 146 Blockade, Fierce Battle with the Mantis Monster. Before deciding to take action, Chen Daoran suggested that he wanted to sneak into the monster's lair to investigate the situation. Just as he was about to use the concealment spell to cover his body and walk into the lair, Chen Qingyun reached out to stop him. "No need to bother, I'll use my spiritual sense to investigate." Chen Daoran was stunned when he heard this, and then he scratched his head with a bitter smile. He forgot that the foundation building cultivators have spiritual sense. The family has not produced a strong person in the foundation building period for so long that he forgot this. Chen Qingyun closed his eyes, and the power of his spiritual sense extended, sweeping towards the monster's nest like a radar. A moment later, there was a result. As Chen Qingfeng said, there was a golden-winged monster mantis lurking here. This monster reached the size of a person, and it looked like an enlarged version of a mantis. The only difference was that it not only had 2 pairs of golden wings, but also the pair of mantis arms were extremely large, like 2 sickles, which made people shudder at the sight. Chen Qingyun paid close attention and could clearly see that one of the wings of the golden-winged mantis was damaged, and most of it had been bitten off by something. It also had several scars on its body, of varying depths, and it was obviously still in a state of injury. It was lying there motionless, slowly recovering from its injuries with its own healing power. It is indeed injured. Chen Qingyun turned his attention and checked the surrounding environment. On the edge of the pond next to it, he saw patches of purple spiritual grass, some high and some low, in the shape of perla, looking like a purple ocean. It is Xuanyu grass. After seeing the mantis and confirming the existence of Xuanyu grass, Chen Qingyun ended the investigation with satisfaction and opened his eyes. "How is it?" Seeing that Chen Qingyun seemed to have finished the investigation, Chen Qingfeng couldn't help but ask. He was quite envious of this method of using spiritual consciousness to explore the environment. The nest was found, the golden-winged mantis is still inside, and the Xuanyu grass is also there. Chen Qingyun reported the results of the investigation. "The situation is just as my second brother said, there are many opportunities here." "That's great." Chen Qingyun was delighted when he heard this. "Haha, you are worthy of being in the foundation building stage, you can find out so quickly." "What about the demon mantis, has its injuries recovered?" Seeing Chen Qingyun's detection method, Chen Daoran sighed at the power of the foundation building cultivators and said, "If its strength has recovered, our battle will be difficult. The golden-winged demon mantis in its prime can fight 3 people alone against 3 cultivators in the early stage of foundation building. Chen Qingyun has just broken through the foundation building stage, and they don't want the family's genius to die here. If they really feel it's difficult, they can only retreat and wait until they have the strength to come again next time. The demon mantis has not recovered." A firm look flashed in Chen Qingyun's eyes. "Don't worry, you can take action. Even if the golden-winged demon mantis recovers its strength, he has a chance of winning if he fights alone, so there is nothing to hesitate. It's good that it hasn't recovered." Chen Qingfeng is ready to move. For safety reasons, let's discuss our strategy first and kill the golden-winged mantis as quickly as possible. Chen Daoran acted calmly and looked at Chen Qingyun and asked, "Qingyun, you are the main force, what do you think is the safest way to attack?" Chen Qingyun and the others also looked at Chen Qingyun. They played an assisting role in this team, and they mainly relied on Chen Qingyun to win. Chen Qingyun recalled the terrain in the nest, and drew a map of the nest on the ground with branches, marking the Xuanyu grass and the cave entrance area respectively. "It's just an injured golden-winged mantis. It's not a big threat, I can deal with it. My only worry now is that once this monster gets angry, It will fight to the death and destroy the Xuanyu grass. You've got the idea. Chen Dalan nodded and said, our goal this time is the Xuanyu grass. It's not necessary to kill the golden-winged mantis. When fighting, we should still take care of the more than 100 Xuanyu grasses. That's right. Chen Qingyun continued, my idea is to lure it out of the nest first, and then try to seal the nest and isolate it outside. This way, we can protect the Xuanyu grass and have a wider space to display our skills. Good idea. As soon as this suggestion was made, Chen Dalan agreed. Insect monsters are afraid of fire. It just so happens that I brought the purple flame ring this time. When this ring is unfolded, it will be enough to cover the entrance of the nest. When a large amount of flames are released from the ring, I think the golden-winged mantis will not dare to rush in. I will be responsible for the task of sealing the cave entrance. Chen Qingyun volunteered. This purple flame ring is one of the 8 magic weapons that Chen Qingyun gave to the family. Chen Qingyun couldn't put it down, and today he could finally use it in actual combat. It's not enough to just block with a magic weapon. If the mantis gets anxious, it won't care about the burning of the flames. Chen Dalan said thoughtfully. We need to strengthen the blockade with several layers. Why don't I cast a few more stone wall spells to block it layer by layer? I think it's okay. The others also nodded in agreement and approved of this idea. The specific matters were carefully discussed by everyone. Finally, it was decided that after Chen Qingyun used the puppet to lead the golden-winged mantis out of the cave, they would work together to cast a spell to seal the cave entrance. After killing the golden-winged mantis, they would act according to the situation and help Chen Qingyun together. After resting and recovering their magic power, they started to act on the same day. Chen Qingyun controlled the earth puppet to emerge from the nest. After several provocations, he successfully led the golden-winged mantis out of the cave, and there were bursts of buzzing sounds. Seeing the golden-winged mantis appear and chase the earth puppet, Chen Qingyun and the other 4 who had been lurking around the cave entrance took action immediately. Stone wall technique, diamond wall, purple flame ring and other attacks were all performed, instantly blocking the cave entrance tightly. Now the golden-winged mantis wants to turn back, but it has to spend some effort to break these blockades. You guard the cave entrance, and leave the rest of the battle to me. The earth puppet escaped into the ground and disappeared. As soon as Chen Qingyun finished speaking, he activated the 5 elements and took the initiative to meet the golden-winged mantis with the Qingyun sword in his hand. Even if one wing was injured, the golden-winged mantis's speed was still amazing. The wings vibrated at high speed, making a violent flapping sound, and it easily dodged. Seeing the sword slashing into the air, Chen Qingyun recalled the Qingyun sword, urged the earth puppet to come in front of him, took out the sun bow and handed it to it. The earth puppet held the sun bow, pulled a few hundred meters away, stood on a big tree, opened the bow with a condescending attitude, and aimed at the golden-winged mantis. The bow was like a full moon, and a fiery red arrow condensed and shot out in an instant. The golden-winged mantis did not flap its wings to dodge, but waved its mantis arm to meet the attack head-on, and actually chopped off the flaming arrow. At the same time, Chen Qingyun unfolded his body, threw his hand, and shot out 9 flying blades, pulling out a golden stream of light to strangle the golden-winged mantis. After the golden spirit mother and child blades were strengthened, the power increased 3 times, causing the golden-winged mantis to swing its mantis arm to resist, and chopped off 4 sub-blades. The remaining mother blade, 4 sub-blades hit its body. Chapter 147, Easily Killed, Doubts, Hiss, Hiss, Hiss. The golden-winged mantis screamed and wailed. Even though its shell was hard, it was still cut with 5 new wounds, and blood was flowing. Its eyes were full of killing intent. It flapped its wings and flew towards Chen Qingyun, moving dozens of meters in the blink of an eye. The mantis arm swung fiercely and chopped Chen Qingyun's head. This mantis looks difficult to deal with. We can't just watch and let Qingyun fight alone. In the distance, Chen Dalan was still a little worried when he saw the fierce battle and Chen Qingyun had the upper hand. Qingyun, Qingfeng, you two stay here. Dalan, Qingfeng, Let's go and help Qingyun. Several people reached a consensus and took action one after another, encircling and suppressing the golden-winged mantis. Just as he was about to use the magic weapon to attack, he saw the golden-winged mantis roaring and one of its arms was cut off by the Qingyun sword. The power of the foundation building period, whether it is the purity of mana or the power of the flying sword, has increased dramatically. The mantis arm, which was originally comparable to a second-level magic weapon, was not a problem in front of Chen Qingyun. Feeling the aftermath of Chen Qingyun's cultivation, Chen Daoran and others were secretly shocked. Even in the face of such residual power, they thought they were no match. Looking at the golden-winged demon mantis, one of its arms was cut off, and it had lost its mind and fell into a state of riot. It was shaking its wings frantically, rushing to kill Chen Qingyun. Evil beast, take my attack. Chen Daoran took the lead in activating the white dragon blade, and quickly slashed at the golden-winged demon mantis, hitting the opponent's body. But in the end, it did not cause any damage. The golden-winged demon mantis itself has a strong defense, and the magic weapon controlled by the chi-refining cultivator has no effect on it. The white dragon blade was instantly bounced away. What a powerful defense! Chen Daoran recalled the buzzing white dragon blade, and his expression changed. The first battle against a foundation-building monster, the opponent's strength far exceeded his imagination. Chen Qingyun and Chen Daoran also quickly activated their magic weapons and attacked the golden-winged mantis. Chen Qingyun used the flying shuttle magic weapon, which was of the first grade upper grade. Chen Daoran used the Hunyuan sword, which was of the first grade top grade and was given by Chen Qingyun. The two magic weapons looked powerful, but after hitting the golden-winged mantis, they still did not cause any damage. This made the two secretly shocked, realizing that this foundation-building monster was really not something they could deal with. Even after hitting the opponent, it could not cause any damage. The golden-winged mantis was attacked continuously, and its attention fell on Chen Qingyun. It moved its body quickly, buzzing in the air, waving its mantis arms to cut Chen Qingyun. Chen Qingyun's expression changed drastically, knowing that he was no match for him. When he was using his body skills to dodge, the golden-winged mantis that was originally flying towards him paused in the air and was firmly restrained by a force. It turned out that it was the critical moment when Chen Qingyun controlled the five elements to attack. A entanglement technique was performed, and more than a dozen vines entangled the golden-winged mantis. The techniques and offenses of the chi-refining stage were ineffective against it, but those of the foundation-building stage were. Don't be reckless, just guard the cave entrance. Seeing Chen Daoran and the other two coming, Chen Qingyun said quickly. The five elements pulled the golden-winged mantis and distanced it from the tribe. This also attracted the attention of the golden-winged mantis, and it had to struggle to break free. Chen Daoran and the other two looked at each other, and bitterness appeared on their faces. Knowing that trying to help at this time would not help Chen Qingyun, but would easily hinder him. This battle really depends on Chen Qingyun's performance. The three retreated immediately. During this period, Chen Qingyun did not forget to look at Chen Qingyun, admiring the strength of this sixth brother. Chen Qingyun waved his right hand, and a black ring appeared on his fingertips. 5 transparent silk threads stretched out and cut towards the golden-winged mantis. As soon as the golden-winged demon mantis broke free from the entanglement spell, it felt a crisis coming in front of it, but it didn't see what kind of attack it was, and it couldn't see the transparent silk thread moving at high speed. So it continued to kill Chen Qingyun in a flying posture, trying to cut the human cultivator in half. Puff. The sound of flesh and blood being cut was so subtle that it was inaudible. The golden-winged demon mantis kept waving its arms and flying, and blood spurted out of its body, diffusing a strong bloody smell. Chen Daoran and his companions were attracted by this scene. They looked closely and saw that the body of the golden-winged demon mantis suddenly broke into pieces, and its internal organs and head rolled to the ground. The body disintegrated into several pieces, and the golden-winged demon mantis could not survive. It was completely out of breath, and it couldn't even roar unwillingly. This fatal blow was weird, and Chen Daoran and his companions couldn't see how Chen Qingyun made the move. Just looking along the black ring in Chen Qingyun's hand, You can vaguely see 5 blood-stained silk threads stretching across the void. The wound of the golden-winged mantis is very smooth, obviously killed by these 5 silk threads. Several people were surprised by Chen Qingyun's method. If they were facing such a move, they would not know how they died. After successfully killing the golden-winged mantis, Chen Qingyun shook his sleeves, and the blood on the transparent silk thread fell off and retracted into the ring. He put the bones and demon pills of the golden-winged mantis into the storage bag, turned around and walked towards the cave entrance. Chen Daoran and others showed joy. At this time, there was no need to report the results of the battle, as several people had already seen it. Good, good, good. Chen Daoran smiled happily. He didn't expect Chen Qingyun to win so quickly. They tried their best, but couldn't hurt the golden-winged mantis. In Chen Qingyun's case, it only took a dozen moves to kill the mantis quickly, and the golden-winged mantis didn't even have a chance to run back to the nest. They all realized that Chen Qingyun's strength was far superior to theirs. 6th brother, you did a great job. Chen Qingyun praised sincerely. In front of Chen Qingyun, he felt ashamed. Even if he was a disciple of Xingzong, his strength was far inferior to his 6th brother. It was the mantis that was injured. Chen Qingyun smiled modestly. This time, he didn't control the 5 elements to fight too much, but only played a supporting role. The appearance of the 5 elements was also a trump card to protect Chen Daoran and others. He preferred to do it himself and experience the fighting between the foundation building period. After this battle, he could sense the changes in the strength of the foundation building period. At this time, facing the purple jade old demon again, he could definitely win without relying on the scorching sun demon killing formation. At the same time, it was also good to build the foundation in advance. Once they were confident enough to unite with their clansmen to deal with the golden-winged mantis with their chi refining stage strength, even if they won in the end, there would probably be some casualties. The golden-winged mantis was so powerful that even a first-grade magic weapon could not break its defense. It could be said to be a piece of iron plate. Chen Qingyun thought of this, and Chen Daoran and Chen Dalan also had a deep understanding of it. They sighed that it was fortunate that Chen Qingyun was with them this time. Otherwise, it was estimated that they would not have gotten the Xuanyu grass in the end, and they would have died here. 6th brother, you are too modest. This time, it is thanks to you. Chen Qingyun looked relieved. He personally attacked the golden-winged mantis and found out how weak he was. If Chen Qingyun had not broken through the foundation establishment stage, and the elders of the family came to fight for the opportunity, and were defeated here, he would definitely feel bad. This battle was considered smooth. Let's go into the nest first. Chen Qingyun suggested. Everyone nodded and removed the blockade at the entrance of the cave. Chen Dalan took action and brought a lot of nina bottles, spiritual grass bags, etc., and more than 100 Xuanyu grasses were collected one by one. The mission was completed this time, and everyone was satisfied and prepared to set off to return to Lingjian Island. Chen Daoran saw that Chen Qingyun looked thoughtful, guessed that he seemed to be worried, so he asked, Qingyun, what's wrong? Is there anything wrong with this nest? Chen Qingyun looked up at Chen Daoran, showing a puzzled look. Second, Grandpa, I was thinking, there are no other monsters here, and no monks' bodies have appeared. How could this golden-winged mantis be injured for no reason? Aren't you curious about this? As soon as this was said, Chen Qingyun responded first. I was curious at the time, but because I was afraid, I didn't stay here for long. There are no signs of fighting in this nest. The golden-winged mantis must have been injured outside. Hearing this, Chen Dalan nodded and said, facing a foundation-building monster, we really can't stay here for long. The few of them chatted about this topic for a few sentences, and finally wanted to explore the answer to this question. Since we are here, I'll take a look. Chen Qingyun took the lead. Chapter 148 Black-Striped Ape and Infant Spirit Fruit. Chen Qingyun unfolded his consciousness and searched the surroundings, but found no signs of monsters. Everyone discussed splitting up and exploring a radius of more than 10 miles. After exploring separately like this, We really made a discovery. Chen Qingyun took the lead in sending a message to Chen Qingyun, calling him over, and immediately greeted Chen Daoran and others. Everyone gathered in a valley, which was more than 10 miles away from the lair of the golden-winged demon mantis. Seeing everyone's confused and expectant looks, Chen Qingyun briefly recounted what he had discovered. It turned out that deep in this valley, she discovered a group of apes, called black-striped apes. Because she was too scared, she did not have close contact, and she did not know how many black-striped apes there were. This is a second-level monster that lives in groups. It is not very powerful, but it is difficult to deal with. Because these apes are numerous and know some wisdom. The leading black-striped ape will at least have the strength of the foundation building stage. Chen Qingyun did not go deep into the valley and went to the territory of the black-striped ape to check. This was obviously a very correct decision. The second-level black-striped ape, it is said that this monster is ferocious in nature, has sensitive hearing, and is good at fighting in groups. Anyone who offends one of them will cause the entire group to attack. Chen Daoran said with a solemn expression, subconsciously lowering his voice when speaking, fearing that it would attract the attention of the black-striped apes. Could the injuries on the golden-winged demon mantis be related to these black-striped apes? Chen Qingyun guessed. Yes. Chen Qingyun also felt that this was a possibility and said, if these apes want to fight for the Xuanyu grass and take action against the golden-winged demonic mantis, then that's okay. But there are no traces of fighting in the lair. Could it be that the conflict was caused by the golden-winged mantis flying here? Is there anything here worth it? As soon as these words came out, everyone realized that there might be an opportunity here. What is the specific situation? You will know after careful investigation. Qingyun, you are the strongest, please use your spiritual sense to explore. Chen Daoran smiled and said, I still have to rely on you to take action. Chen Qingyun nodded, opened his consciousness and explored the depths of the valley. Soon, he discovered that there was a spiritual vein here that was occupied by this group of apes, which had probably been breeding for many years. After exploring the huge valley, preliminary statistics showed that the number of black-striped apes here reached 121. Except for the black-striped ape king, who is in the late stage of foundation building, the rest of the black-striped apes are all in the qi refining stage. After such detailed exploration, Chen Qingyun also discovered something good. The reason why this group of apes live here, there is a spiritual tree here. The black-striped ape king was guarding the spiritual tree with a few of his men. Chen Qingyun's consciousness focused on sweeping the spiritual tree. He found that there were more than 20 fruits on the tree. Each fruit was about the size of a palm. It looked like a ginseng fruit and was jade white in color. A word emerged in Chen Qingyun's mind. Yingling fruit tree. This is a rare spiritual fruit. It can be taken by those who have spiritual roots and are new to the path of spiritual practice. It can cleanse the muscles and cut the marrow, and step into the first level of qi refining in one fell swoop. Many wealthy cultivating clans, when cultivating a new generation of monks, will find ways to obtain some infant spirit fruits for future generations to take. Optimize their bones from the initial stage and enter the qi refining stage in advance. The price of an infant spirit fruit is at least 1,000 spirit stones, and it is still difficult to purchase. The Chen family was small, and it was only during the time that ancestor Chen Taixu was alive that they obtained a few infant spirit fruits to cultivate the first generation of immortal clan members. Chen Xianming is one of the immortals who took the Yingling fruit. Among the immortal generation at that time, he was the first to enter the qi refining stage, and he had long distanced himself from his peers. Chen Qingyun guessed that the Yingling fruit also had the effect of improving the physical fitness of these black-striped apes, causing them to thrive here and protect the Yingling fruit tree for generations. On the tree, looking at the quality of the Yingling fruits, they are not yet matured. Looking under the tree again, Chen Qingyun noticed something quite familiar. A broken golden mantis wing. Obviously, this came from the golden-winged demon mantis. It turns out that the golden-winged demon mantis was injured by these black-striped apes. After confirming the suspicion in my heart, I looked at the scars on several of the black-striped apes, which seemed to be caused by the golden-winged demon mantis. Then everything became clear. It seems that the golden-winged demon mantis accidentally entered this territory and discovered the existence of the infant spirit fruit tree. It was surrounded and killed by the group of black-striped apes, and finally escaped back to its lair after being injured. It is not clear whether these spiritual fruits have any effect on the golden-winged demon mantis, and this is not the point. The point is, these infant spirit fruits are of great use to the Chen family. What does the Chen family lack now? There is no doubt that what is most lacking is the new generation of monks. With these infant spirit fruits, one has the ability to quickly cultivate new generations of monks. As for whether the future children of the Chen family have spiritual roots, it depends on God's will. After the detection results came out, Chen Qingyun opened his eyes and couldn't help but reveal a hint of joy at the corner of his mouth. Seeing Chen Qingyun's expression, it seemed that he had really found something worth being happy about. Chen Daoren couldn't help but ask, "How is the situation?" Chen Qingyun withdrew his consciousness and said, "I found 121 black-striped apes deep in the valley, except for one of them, which is the black-striped ape king in the late stage of foundation establishment. The rest are nothing to worry about and pose little threat." That golden-winged mantis, just as Sister Qingguang guessed, was injured by this group of black-striped apes. He told everyone the details of the situation. When mentioning the infant spirit fruit tree, he used a branch to draw a simple valley topographic map on the ground. There is an infant spirit fruit tree at this location. It must have existed for a long time. This is my biggest discovery in the valley. When they heard about the infant spirit fruit tree, their eyes lit up. As long as they were cultivators of the Chen family, they basically knew what the infant spirit fruit tree was. As an alchemist, Chen Daolan knew that the infant spirit fruit also had the function of alchemy, and he said excitedly, "Great, there is an infant spirit fruit in the valley here, and we have found another opportunity." The rest of Chen Qingyun and the others also knew what it meant to get the infant spirit fruit, and they were all happy. There are few cultivators in our family now. After a while, we will have to check our spiritual roots every 5 years. If a few spiritual root seedlings emerge in the family, with the help of the infant spirit fruit, the family can add 1 or 2 more cultivators. Chen Daolan said with a look of longing, "Ha ha ha, wonderful, wonderful. These infant spirit fruits come at the right time for us." Several people nodded repeatedly, knowing how much benefit the infant spirit fruit would bring to the Chen family. But thinking back to the strength of this group of black-striped apes, they did not dare to act trashly. Chapter 149 The clan leader with a sharp eye. The demon ape in the late stage of foundation building has extremely sensitive hearing. It will be discovered as soon as it gets closer, leaving no chance of a sneak attack. Let alone them, even if Chen Qingyun takes action. He is not sure of a fight. Now is not the time to get involved. Fortunately, those infant spirit fruits are not mature yet, so there is no rush to take action now. This matter can be discussed carefully after returning to the family. This infant spirit fruit is worth fighting for, but it's not at this time. It's important for us to return to our family first. The transplantation of the Xuanyu grass cannot be delayed. Chen Daolan suggested. He didn't want Chen Qingyun to take risks and let the family lose a foundation-building monk here. Regarding the growth of Yingling fruit, he asked Chen Qingyun carefully. Chen Qingyun explained the shape, size and quality of the fruit in detail. After hearing this, Chen Daolan felt confident. The infant spirit fruit will mature in no more than 8 months. If we want to take action, we must do it within these 8 months. Otherwise, if you arrive too late, those black-striped apes will be the first to get there and eat the fruit. Good. Chen Daoren nodded and said, "It is better to discuss this matter with the clan leader after we go back. We cannot allow it to be rushed." Speaking of this, Chen Daoren looked at Chen Qingfeng, looking like he was hesitant to speak, but he still spoke. "Qingfeng, you have provided the family with this opportunity this time. After you return, the family will discuss how to reward you. This infant spirit fruit tree is of great use to the family. Can you keep it a secret?" Second, Grandpa, although I have become a disciple of the Qing sect, my heart is still towards the family. Chen Qingyun was very familiar with several people. He patted his chest and said seriously, "Don't worry, no one outside the family will know about this." After this contact, he saw that the family was developing better and better. The most intuitive thing is that not only was there a spiritual ship, but a second foundation-building monk was born in the family. What surprised him even more was that when he saw Chen Daoran and others taking action several times, the weapons they wielded were all top-grade first-class magic weapons. This really made him pay more attention. This level of top-grade magic weapon is rare among ordinary Qi refining stage disciples of Xing sect. I never thought that several elders and peers would all have at least one. The family has a promising future. Finally, they explored the valley again and memorized the location before everyone set off back to Star Sect. After watching Chen Qingyun enter Xingzong, several people picked up the boat at Xingzong Pier and headed all the way to Lingjian Island. It was already 13 days after waiting to return home. I reported the matter to the clan leader as soon as possible within a few days. When the old patriarch learned that the task was successfully completed, his face was full of smiles, and he told Chen Dalan to refine a few more purple Qi enmeshed pills. In the family, King Han and others have reached the middle stage of Qi refining, and some are in the late stage of Qi refining. Select some of these Xuanyu grasses that are mature and make them into purple Qi enmeshed pills and give them to them. You should also leave some breakthrough at cultivation for yourself and be promoted to the 9th level of Qi refining. You are 58 years old now. Foundation building will only take place within the past 2 years. Don't miss the best age for foundation building. Purple Qi enmeshed pill can help monks in the middle and late stages of Qi refining achieve breakthroughs in cultivation. In the family, only Chen Dalan can refine this elixir. With these Xuanyu grass, it is only a matter of time and quantity for the elixir to be released. Chen Dalan is also the strongest Qi refining monk in the family after Chen Dohai, and he has every hope of building a foundation before he turns 60. I try my best. After transplanting part of the Xuanyu grass, I will retreat to refine the elixir. Chen Dalan responded. In addition, several people also mentioned the infinite spirit fruit tree. When Chen Xianmin heard this, he pondered for a while before saying, "Those black stripe tapes have little chance of winning even if I take action." Don't act recklessly. Clan leader, you think too highly of us. How can I have the guts to fight against the black striped ape in the late stage of foundation establishment? Chen Dalan joked, "Even if you give me 10 courages, how dare I go?" This time, we still relied on Qingyun to hunt the golden-winged demon mantis. We just walked around with him. This monster in the foundation establishment stage can only be defeated by a foundation establishment stage monk. Yes. Chen Daoran nodded in agreement. Chen Qingyun and Chen Qingyun also made a few remarks, saying that it was Chen Qingyun who played the main role in completing the task this time. The few of them were equivalent to following him on a sightseeing tour. Everyone chatted for a while and then quickly dispersed to repair themselves. After asking the clan leader, he learned that Chen Dalan was preparing to refine the elixir, which was expected to be released in the next few days. Chen Qingyun was somewhat interested in the purple Qi enmeshed pill. I remember that you took the purple Qi enmeshed pill before, and now you have established the foundation. This pill is useless to you. Chen Xianming stroked the beard on his chin and asked with a smile. You have contributed greatly to killing the golden-winged demon mantis this time. How much do you want? I will give it to you then. Just 3. Chen Qingyun replied. Okay, then you can stay on Lingjian Island for the next 2 or 3 days. Clan leader, aren't you curious? I have taken the purple Qi enmeshed pill before. Why did I take 3 more pills this time? Chen Xianmin pondered for a moment, remembered something, and smiled. I guess it has something to do with Qingyun. I originally thought that Chen Xianmin would ask about the reason, but this time, the other party actually guessed it, and Chen Qingyun couldn't help but be surprised. Chen Qingyun's breakthrough to the middle stage of Qi refining was only known to herself, and she had not yet informed the family. The clan leader could guess that the purple Qingyun pill was related to the fifth sister. Noticing Chen Qingyun's expression, Chen Xianmin sighed slightly and said, "Qingyun is a stubborn child. She has reached the third level of qi refining for several years." That girl returned to the family a few days ago and accompanied her grandfather to celebrate his birthday. I noticed that her cultivation had fully recovered and reached the fourth level of qi refining. Even if she deliberately concealed her cultivation, how could she hide it from me and your grandfather Daoran? I just didn't point it out to her. Chen Xianmin smiled bitterly. Well, when her cultivation regressed, it was a bit of a blow to her. She inevitably felt inferior in her heart and was unwilling to take the initiative to mention the matter of cultivation. Now that she can recover her cultivation, it is worth being happy. Hearing what the clan leader said, Chen Qingyun couldn't help but smile bitterly. It seems that at least the clan leader and Chen Daoran already knew about the fifth sister's recovery of her cultivation, but they didn't point it out, intending to turn a blind eye and let Chen Qingyun speak for herself. In this case, there is nothing to hide about the reason for obtaining the purple Qingyun pill. This time, it is indeed for Qingyun to obtain the pill. Well, it's okay, if this little girl doesn't want to say it, we will keep it a secret for her. When she takes the initiative to mention it, it won't be too late for other clan members to know. On that day, after transplanting some Xuanyu grass to the family medicine garden, Chen Dalan called a king generation to help, began to retreat, and started to refine the pill. A total of 30 Xuanyu grasses were used for refining. With the experience of refining before, this time, Chen Dalan spent 3 or 4 days to refine 18 purple Qingyun pills. Chapter 150. Everyone in number 039 cultivation has increased. New foundation building Dao seeds. Grandpa, a monk will lose its efficacy after taking up to 3 purple qi enmeshed pills. Each monk in the family will be given 3 pills, which can be distributed to 6 people. Grandpa, you must have gained a lot from this refining. You will soon be promoted to a second-level alchemist. Chen Qingyun, who helped Chen Dalan, said with a look of joy. He is an alchemy apprentice recently trained by Chen Dalan and has been studying with him for more than a year. His cultivation is at the second level of qi refining. He has just reached adulthood this year and is the youngest Qingsai generation in the clan. Haha, how can this second level be so easy to break through? Grandpa, my cultivation still lacks some strength. Chen Dalan smiled and shook his head. Refining. The second-level elixir requires at least the 9th level of qi refining. My cultivation does not grow that fast. Grandpa, after you take this purple qi enmeshed pill and break through to the 9th level of qi refining, will you have the opportunity to advance to alchemy? Well, that does have hope. Okay, not only will you improve your alchemy skills, but once you break through to the 9th level of qi refining, you will be able to build a foundation. Speaking of this, Chen Qingyun showed envy. When will I have hope of building a foundation? It feels so far away from me. You are still young. If you practice harder, your future achievements will be better than my old bones. After the elixir was released, Chen Dalan came out of the alchemy room and found Chen Xianmin immediately. On that day, Chen Qingyun, who was still in the family, and other monks in the middle and late stages of qi refining were all summoned together. 18 purple qi envelope pills, 3 for each person, were distributed to Chen Qingyun, Chen Daoran and others in sequence. Chen Xianmin specially found Chen Qingyun for the last 3, and they were left for Chen Qingyun. This time when distributing the elixirs, the old clan leader did not charge any contribution points, but gave them away for free to cultivate the strength of the clan members. Later, there are still a lot of Xuanyu grass, which can still be used to refine some purple qi enmeshed pills. Just wait for those monks in the family who are in the early stage of qi refining to strive for success and practice hard. When giving the elixir, Chen Xianmin specially warned Chen Qingyun to inform them that while they were out at sea, 300 hematite swords had been refined in the weapon refining workshop. In the near future, the family will take advantage of the opportunity to go to Yishi Island, collect those red iron swords along the way, and bring them to Yishi Island for sale. At that time, a clan meeting will be held before leaving for Yishi Island, and Chen Qingyun will be summoned to return to the clan. For now, let's wait for Chen Qingyun and the others to retreat for a few days and achieve a breakthrough in cultivation. Okay, you will summon me to return to my clan when the time comes. After getting the elixir, Chen Qingyun stopped staying and returned to Zhenhai Island in the afternoon. When Chen Qingyun came back, Chen Qingyun asked about the experience of dealing with the golden-winged demon mantis. Chen Xianming had recently summoned her to tell her about this matter, so that she did not have to worry about Chen Qingyun's safety. Chen Qingyun slowly told what happened. After listening, King Yan mentioned Chen Qingfeng. Second brother has been practicing in Xingzong for more than 10 years, and he can plan to build a foundation. However, there are so many geniuses in Xingzong that it is not easy to win a foundation building pill. Compared with Chen Qingfeng, Chen Qingyun's current achievements made her even more impressed, and she couldn't help but shine in her eyes. This time I killed the golden-winged demon mantis, thanks to your intervention. In the next few days, Qingyun and the others will probably improve their cultivation by 1 or 2 small realms, and our family will be able to be self-sufficient with Xuanyu grass. To achieve such a good result, Chen Qingyun was indispensable. Thinking of the Yingling fruit tree, she was also looking forward to it. If the family obtains the infant spirit fruit, the family will be able to cultivate a new generation of monks in the future. This operation will be a great benefit to the family, and the benefits are sustainable. Whether it is planting Xuanyu grass, producing purple qi and meshed pill, or selling spiritual grass, the family can make a profit. When it was impossible to easily give birth to foundation-building monks, vigorously developing many late-stage qi-refining monks was something many families would do. After the two briefly talked about the current situation of the family, Chen Qingyun took out a jade bottle and handed it to Chen Qingyun. Here are 3 purple qi and meshed pills. Take them in the near future and strive to break through to the late stage of qi refining. Chen Qingyun knew that her family had refined some purple qi and meshed pills, but she didn't expect it. Qingyun also brought 3 to her. She was very smart, and she knew after a little thought that Chen Qingyun must have obtained this elixir. Have you told the clan leader about my restoration of cultivation? She tried to ask, thinking that since she was asking for the elixir for herself, the clan leader must have asked about her cultivation. Chen Qingyun shook his head lightly and said, I didn't mention this, but you went back to Lingjian Island for a few days last time, and the clan members themselves saw it. Chen Qingyun briefly talked about the previous conversation with Chen Xianming. I still can't hide it from his old man's eyes. Chen Qingyun nodded lightly when he heard this, and his desire for strength became even stronger at this time. A few years ago, the 6th brother, who was still at the 5th level of qi refining, came here to help and guard Zhenhai Island. Now, he has reached the foundation building stage in more than 3 years, but he is still in the middle stage of qi refining. You just have to practice harder. Learned about the current situation of the family. Next, when it comes to Chen Qingyun leaving Zhenhai Island and coming back more than 20 days ago, Chen Qingyun took the initiative to inform him about what happened on the island during this period. While you were away from the island, it took a total of 26 days to refine 300 hematite swords, completing the small goal 4 days ahead of schedule. I sent a message to the clan leader that day. Now, we just have to wait and see when the clan will send someone to collect these flying swords. Chen Qingyun mentioned this matter. The clan leader mentioned this to me. Chen Qingyun recalled the instructions given by the clan leader when he left Lingjian Island, nodded and said, the reason why the family hasn't come to collect the red iron sword yet is because they are preparing to go to Yishi Island in the near future and stop by to collect it. Chen Qingyun told the story of Patriarch Han on Yishi Island who wanted to refine the foundation establishment pill. Chen Qingyun also knew about this news and was looking forward to this career. I hope the Chen family can purchase at least one foundation building pill. The two chatted for a while, and afternoon, Chen Qingyun took the elixir and began to retreat. It lasted a day and a night, refining 3 purple qi enmeshed pills. By the time she came out of seclusion, her cultivation level had continuously broken through to the 7th level of qi refining. No matter how hard you work, you can use the Chen family's foundation building method, and you can plan to build the foundation in more than 10 years. As for the Chen family, Chen Qingyun and others have also come out of seclusion in the past 2 days, and their cultivation levels have improved. Chen Qingyun and Chen Qingfen reached the 7th level of qi refining from the 6th level. Chen Daoren broke through to the 8th level of qi refining. Chen Dalin reached the 9th level of qi refining in one fell swoop, approaching the threshold of foundation building. On Chen Qingyun's side, because his magic power was not yet strong, after refining the 3 purple qi enmeshed pills, he went from the 4th level of qi refining to the 6th level of qi refining. If the 3 purple qi enriching pills are taken at the 4th or 5th level of qi refining, they can generally break through 2 small realms in a row. At the 6th level of qi refining and above, one can break through a small realm at most. In just 2 or 3 days, 4 late-stage qi refining monks emerged from the Chen family. A foundation building seed has been born among them. After Chen Qingyun and others made great progress in cultivation, another piece of good news also came. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.